Unmute everyone. What is this?
Good.
Everything's just going too well.
Yeah.
Knock on wood. Knock on wood.
Oh my god, what is this? What is this
Hey, who's at the
magic?
door?
What is this? It's fate!
It's oh my god. It's never fate.
Don't tempt it, Denny. Don't tempt it.
It's the Spanish Inquisition.
You will never expect.
I
Don't tempt
wasn't
me either.
expecting that.
Oh,
Hello,
dear.
everybody.
We are here.
Hello.
We're on
hello.
time.
For once.
Almost. Close enough.
Close enough.
It's pretty.
Right, I
It's
mean,
pretty
come on.
good.
There is
Let's,
something called
you
the
know-
academic quarter. I don't know if you have that in Sweden, but we have something called the academic quarter. Like,
Is Australia just known as un-Sweden now? Is that what we are to you?
I'm talking to everyone, including like people in chat. They're from all over the world. Don't force everyone into being Australian. Also,
Yeah, you
why
know
You're
what
either
it is, right?
Australian,
Hi,
you're
dog.
Sweden, or you're not.
why
You're
is
either
Slender
in
Man
Sweden or
walking
you're
around
not
behind
Sweden.
Cuddly?
There's a ghost. Don't worry about it.
It's a
Why
ghost.
was
It's
there a
fine.
ghost?
Don't worry about it. Because there's a ghost.
Yeah. Don't you know Cuddly's stream is incredibly haunted?
Fine. Fine. Cool.
I mean,
actually-
you
I
are in
actually hate
heaven.
my
There's bound to be
plasma
other
planet.
dead people there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I can turn this camera right off. I can do it.
I can turn this camera
I
around.
can turn this camera around. We'll just look at the wall the whole time.
Are you threatening us or the ghost?
Yeah.
Just the cat, really. Just
Yeah.
threatening the cat.
Always threatening.
Fair.
Oh,
Fair.
dear.
Hello, here we are. Sunday again.
Yay!
How is it another Sunday? Like, where are these weeks going?
Right?
Right.
I don't know.
Into the
But I'm-
past.
Into the unknown.
Ooh.
DMCA strike.
But I am enjoying the speed of the weeks because this is the highlight of my week.
Aw.
I will let you know. I work
I agree.
hard preparing for these hours we've got right here.
We infinitely appreciate it.
Yes.
I
It
will
definitely
warn-
shows in this campaign. It's been
Mm.
amazing so far.
I will have to warn though, players and viewers, I am slightly on the tone deaf side, and today I will be attempting a home-written sea shanty during the game.
Yes.
I
Yes.
love this for
I
us.
I only have approval for this.
Same,
So
same.
please,
It'll become our theme song.
even if it's just awful, even if it doesn't work
I mean,
at all,
it doesn't
be
matter.
nice,
It's
be
not you
kind.
singing it, Josie. It's the sailors.
Yeah.
The sailors will
Yeah,
be toned deaf.
obviously.
They didn't go to
Yeah.
Bard
Yeah.
school, did they?
No,
Right.
exactly.
No.
Unlike, you know.
No, the
Well-
only person who did that got kicked out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Clearly, as they've explained, they were too good for Bard School. Let's all.
You know,
all,
I didn't recognize their musical talent.
That is both believable
Bard
and
school's pretty
probable.
picky.
Yeah, I mean, like,
I
have
mean,
you ever met a
considering
bard?
if Bard School can be either like there's different schools, we all know this. You could be an oratory bard, like poetry and just singing. You could be doing music. You could be telling stories. You could like bard doesn't have to be musical. It could be interpretive dancing. It could be theater. It could be a mime.
That is true.
I went to
let's
Bard
just
School.
say you did.
Thank you for the hydrate pirate eggs.
I went to Bard Camp.
This
And
one
what
time
happens
at Bard Camp.
stays
Stays
at
at
Bard
Bard
Camp.
Camp.
We did not talk about what happens at Bard Camp, alright?
Oh God, could you imagine what would happen at Bard Camp?
Oh god. We need a campaign just on Bard Camp.
Front and center. That's all it means. Let's be real.
Arthur Warblet didn't stick around long enough to get to the Bard Camp.
Can I
It's a
just say,
shame.
if we
Because-
ever run if I ever run a one shot for you guys, remind me to
Bards.
make it a bard camp where everyone is a bard.
Yes.
And instead of classes, you pick your musical instrument or something. And
No,
that's your
no,
class.
it's gonna be
Friday the
a
13th, but
yes,
just
it's gonna be bard
Oh
camp
my god.
gone horror. It'll be fantastic.
Yes.
It's gonna be the most ooh-wooiest friggin'
Yeah,
thing ever.
and it'll be so cliched. It'll be fantastic.
Yes. I
Oh,
love it.
Instead of Jason, it's just the Grinch.
Payball, thank you so much for the
Yes,
resub.
oh.
I really appreciate it, buddy.
Definitely
Something,
put a
something,
note
7
in
months.
that. That'd be
And also,
amazing.
Pirate Eggs, thank you so much for the
That would
bits.
be
I'm
amazing.
doing all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I'll
glad
make
it's
it a note
Sunday.
to not be available that day.
Yes, I know that Mike is muted. Thank you.
How dare you?
And you as well,
Maybe
Pirate
depends on
Eggs.
the
Oh, with the
size, and you'll
Prime.
think it's a
Thank you
normal
very
size,
much
and
for choosing my
everything's
modest little channel
prepared
for that.
you.
Thank you.
Boom! If Rudy's having a bad dream, it's Bard Camp.
Bazaar's asking, can bards be painters? Like any kind of like painting, drawing, any of that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Oh,
If I'm right, there was a whole wing for freaking painter bards at my school.
yeah.
They got 24-hour access.
I guess, could you be a painter bard? I guess it's like anything that's like anything that classes a performance. So if you were
Anything that
like,
tells a story, right?
actually, before we can,
The dude from
yeah. So when I was over in Queensland with Denny, we saw this dude who was just like doing a painting, but he was just like rocking out to this like club music basically. I can't remember exactly what it was, but like he was just like going hard and just like slashing at the
At the
paper.
canvas.
I don't think it was actually canvas, was it? But anyway, his canvas. He was just like slapping it with his markers and shit, and just at the end of the song, he'd done a dance and made a bit of art. So I don't see why not.
Through like a woman's face.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, most of it was him just doing like diagonal lines repeatedly, and then occasionally stopping and actually doing some detail, and then going back to hardcore diagonal lines. That's, yeah.
On a bard note, because I'm always going to take it there, in Pathfinder 2nd edition, the bard subclasses are actually just split up into you pick your inspiration. Like, where does your bardic inspiration come from? And you can choose either polymath, muse, or enigma.
Isn't polymath and muse the same thing?
I don't know. I just told you what's in the book.
No,
I was
polymath
making it- I was-
implies that there's more than one math.
It's okay. I was making a band joke. Don't worry.
You'll have to you know what? We'll have to. I'll send an email to Jason Bullman and ask him what's the motivation behind these. But yeah, here we are. Let's do this because it's Jason
the
Bullman made the Pathfinder.
Right.
got it.
Okay.
We got
Thank
it.
you.
Ah.
I didn't know who that was.
I got it. I got it. I used my context clues, you know?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't get context clues.
Oh, that's unfortunate. That's why you're not in Bard
Then
school.
you'd make a bad Enigma bard then.
Excellent. I didn't want to be one anyway.
Wow!
Here we are.
Wow.
Here we are. It's me. I'm here with all these friends I have. Look
I'm
at all
not
these
here.
friends. Surrounded by friends. How amazing is that? Even in these trying times,
I'm
we
surrounded
still
by
surround
friends in
ourselves
space.
In space. We're in space. We're in flags. We're in heaven. We're in an office with a green screen.
I mean,
Well, you're not wrong.
I mean.
Don't you love
I'm
the one with an
Joe
actual
Fowler. I
like
am the dungeon
proper
mistress.
green
I'll be
screen?
running this game, and for those of you who wanna help the party along the way, you can always go into their chats, respective chats, and see if they've got their community challenges going to give them inspiration points. Where over on my end, you can use channel points towards community challenges that gives the party fun little items to help them along the way. We've had smaller things. We've had like little ointments, healing potions. There was a potion of flying once upon a time, but then luckily there was also
remember
a
that.
broom of flying.
Yeah.
Some very cool
And,
stuff came with
I've
that.
been
I'm hearing
fantastic.
from my undercover agent here that you are either all on 100% or don't have the challenge up. I'm hearing
Yep.
this from
Mine
my,
is
correspondent
mine is
on
not
this-
up at the moment because I got inspiration last weekend.
I am working on
Oh.
putting one up right now to have a backup.
Same here.
I've been lucky enough with my rolls to not have to use inspiration, but I am fully expecting today to be the day that I completely screw that up.
Today's the day.
Today's the day! It's time to shine.
I'm
I
drinking.
have one in reserve.
Hey,
moved
Big
to tar.
Bisexual, how you doing?
Nice.
Diluted
Enjoy your
tar.
lurk tonight.
Good for you, I hear. Really great for the complexion.
Yeah, I'm hoping for good
Mhm.
things,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
Good for the bones.
we'll see. We'll see what Josie has to say about
Really,
it. I think.
Good for the demonic
Really helps
soul
out,
inside you.
It lubricates.
Mm.
Indeed.
It's nice. But enough about my throat.
Now started.
No, let's continue.
Go ahead,
Please
Road.
continue about your throat. No, I think chat more.
Hi.
need to know
Yeah,
more.
I'm Roju. This is Participation Award over here. I am playing our hopefully wonderful, mostly terrified wizard/warlock, Gerald, and yeah, he's still alive and still terrified. So we'll see how that works out for him. And I hand us over to Danny, who's on the
I
way.
am Denny from Denimation. I am playing the mighty Duskus, the human barbarian with a mighty axe. Honk, honk! No, not yet, though. We're not ready to enlarge just yet in this tiny room. But tonight I am drinking some cedar cream, which I got my extra big mason jar for today.
Whoa.
Because I need
Nice.
it.
Nice.
Is that just straight up cedar cream? Damn,
Hell of a lot of
nice.
cream. And I shall pass this one over to Cuddly in the Clouds.
Wow, I'm Cuddly Raptor. If you notice that I'm sitting sideways, it's because I've got a cat on my lap. She's sleeping.
Oh.
Anyway, yeah, she needed a nap. She's kind of like a toddler. She was ornery before. Anyway, I play the delightful little gnome granny, Nana Melivora, who really, really likes to cook. And tonight I am drinking, look, don't knock it till you try it, apple juice and vodka.
Hey, I've had that before.
What?
It's
That
really
Honestly,
seems fantastic.
Yeah.
Screwdriver adjacent.
It's good. It's
Yeah.
good. All right. Well, Ozzy Dubro agreed with me, and Denny's already gone, so I'm gonna throw it up to Ozzy.
Oh, well, excellent. I'm Ozzy Defro. I'm playing the human cleric, Rudy Magic Hands McGee. And I know I say it every session, but some people needed to be reminded. I am the one that keeps these bozos alive deep in combat when they are receiving their various wounds.
I mean, I'm not healing.
No, clearly Rudy is the one who keeps everyone alive. Yes, we all know this. Tonight I am drinking a mysterious hot beverage in my old gigantic mug because I needed an extra tall one today. And I'm also accompanied by a dump truck doof butt, just so that chat
Love
can
it.
Very
get a
important.
nice little look at it. It is glorious. Look at it.
Who's in all the chat?
Uber's in chat, please. Aside from that, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna hand it off to Wetterstorb. It was good.
I am Wetterstorb. I'm below Aussie Devpro. Yeah, I play Arthur, the Wood Elf Ranger. Look, he's not much to say about Arthur. He's just an all-around pain in the butt, but lovable fool.
And we love it.
All right, and that's it. Or am I missing
What are
something?
you drinking?
Oh, drinking.
What are you drinking?
I'm drinking.
Also, what is road you drinking? You can't just.
Oh
Well,
my god, you can't.
I've
just-
got
yeah.
water. The thing is, I've got like 5 bottles of stuff, but they're all unopened, so I don't know. I don't know where to start here.
Then everything.
Everything and anything.
King's Cup it, just
Oh,
all
God,
into one
no.
cup.
No, this is the good shit.
Just
Okay.
pass it
one.
over
Top
like
3.
you're working at Woolworths, just like beep.
All right,
Top 3.
I'll pop open the hip sip then.
What's the hips?
It's tawny.
The hips.
Nice.
Sounds like it
nice.
belongs in
I
a
like it.
flask.
I like it.
Yep, Should be
I'm
sweet and
drinking
nutty. like me.
typical beer and vodka.
And what? Together?
Wow, what?
Together?
No,
No.
Beer and
vodka
vodka?
first, and then beer.
Ah,
Why would
Okay.
you do this?
Why would you do this?
Drinking
Stop it, put it
leftover
together.
drinks from Mrs.
No,
Orb's
Orb,
last
you're
night.
finished.
right.
You finished talking now. You've been like, "It's fine, I don't want to hear about these atrocities."
Orb, you have finished talking now.
Wow. Hang on.
Wow, okay.
So wait,
Leave the call.
we're not allowed to do that to Arthur in game, but you're allowed to do it to
Hey,
Orb
Joseph.
IRL.
No,
Yeah.
listen. I got an A+ on my beverage course in culinary school.
Oh.
If you're drinking hard, like if you're drinking vodka and then beer, you can just leave the bar. What are you doing here? You're
What if it's the
obviously
other
not
way
a
around?
sane person. No, because you can start. You got like when it comes to alcohol, you gotta work your way up. You can't drink something of a lower alcohol count after something with a high alcohol count, unless you're winding down for the evening.
0.8 of a standard drink, but beer's a 0.12 of a standard drink.
0.12 is
Okay,
lower
hang on.
than...
But
Yeah, hold on.
1.2 standard drinks.
Oh,
You're-
1.2.
No, you're
Okay.
drinking a mixed. That's not a shot of vodka. You're drinking a mixed
Yes.
drink.
Yeah, it's a mix-up.
An alcohol pop.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's different alcohol.
Anyway,
Although
Enough
we
about
do
this.
Enough
we do
about
have Davey
this.
Dorothy in my chat saying that Josie has a point because I believe Davey's also worked in bars
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
yes, I think Josie is correct on this one.
It's like it has to be like a roller coaster. Like you start easy, you work your way up, and then you have to slowly go down, or you free fall. You can't like start at the top and then go down. It doesn't work. You go up first. The anticipation of going up.
Are we still talking about alcohol?
We're still talking about drinks, right? Like that's we're not talking about you know.
you gotta slowly go down.
But I want to go down a slip and slide of
No, why?
alcohol poisoning.
Wait, yeah. What
No.
are you talking about, Ozzy?
I'm talking about the sound that's about to be heard in my chat.
Ooh, ooh.
Ew.
Look, I don't. It's not my fault that this analogy can be used on multiple different subjects.
Specifically, the free fall part down to a crash and burn. Yeah.
The slip and slide.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Now I'm just sad. If that's what your euphemism is, that you just crash and burn.
Oh dear.
Yeah, who's crashing and burning?
I'm sure we can all relate to a crash and burn at some point. Right?
Yeah.
Speaking of crashing and burning, what's happening in
This
tonight's
stream-
game of Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah.
Wait, what? We're playing D&D?
Apparently, yes.
No. We have to do the mandatory DBD.
No, we don't.
Yeah, I know, we do.
I was waiting for someone.
I mean, I was gonna do it. I was gonna give someone else a chance first, but no, I'm here to play some Dead by Daylight. I main Trickster. Ooh, what do you do? There we go.
Look, those knives are not flying straight. I'm telling you, like, and I mean both Trickster and the actual knives. But like they definitely they're tilting. Like I'm learning
That's fine.
zigzag. They keep hitting me dead on.
I would
But
let him hit me. I would let him hit me.
Rody just looks like, are we done yet? Like I'll just sit here until we start.
Just give me a call when you're ready.
Like, you're so, like, if you lean this way, lean the other way on my screen. It'll...
That looks so weird on my screen because
It does.
you're at the top here and you poked,
Yeah.
and Roji's at the bottom and went ugh. Like,
I like
Look,
it.
portals, how do they work? Who knows?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
How do they work? How do
Anyway.
they work?
it's actually
Anyway,
been 20
yeah.
minutes. We should start.
It has. It has. It has been.
18 minutes because we were 2 minutes late, actually. So.
I don't know. It says 22 for me.
Let me just excuse myself from the call.
Last week. First off, for everyone in chat, we've renamed the game. We're talking about D&D again. We're at least on track. Cold Down Under was the name we were using back when we started playing, when this was just a 4-part adventure, and the name stuck because they were still stuck in the ice. Stuck.
I'm feeling called out.
Stuck in
Yep.
the middle.
Yep.
Yes, we did.
In the ice, so we kept the name Cold Down Under, but since the party's now leaving, we're opening up and we're renaming the campaign after the name of the world, Dramonia.
Yay! We're getting out of the ice.
Yay!
Out of the ice.
Today will mark Dramonia, episode 24, Return with the Tide.
Ooh.
Last week, we resumed the battle with the Sahagin aboard the Winter's Claw, the slope taking you towards Trollhat. Lena, under the effect of the collar that you'd brought with you, burst out from the cabin during the combat and went into a frenzy. Goose quickly intercepted and kept Lena at bay while the rest of you finished off the Sahagin. An attempt at interrogating some of the crew simply didn't turn up much information at all, and you quickly came upon the city of Trollhat an hour or two after the sunset. You quickly brought Lena towards the inn to maybe find some comfort. You went to the inn within the outpost. The comforting breeze, the hot, drying effect of the doorway, just giving you all a warm welcome, while Arthur Orblet went over to another vessel that was also anchored in this outpost. The Tide Rider, a large trading vessel, whose crew seemed to be currently having some sort of revelry within the tavern. You said some hellos, you nodded, you had some drinks. You then went up, you checked on Lena, made sure they were okay. You realized that Lena was apparently, after the very, very smart dispel from Gerald, made the collar let go of Lena's neck. Lena quickly started deteriorating, and Nana spent the night waking up every now and then to make sure that Lena was being kept okay. Rudy excusing himself, saying that he needed a full night's rest in order to be able to take care of this in the morning. There was also a peculiar dream in the elderly gnome's mind that night. A dream of monochromatic landscapes and a red dog leading the way towards a white city. The next morning, no, the evening before, you also there was a little bit of a bet going on as Arthur challenged the Tide Rider captain, Fevinus Karen, to an arm wrestling contest, which some might say Arthur won, some might say Fevinus simply allowed Arthur to win.
He threw the game.
But regardless, some of you made a little bit of pocket money. And some conversation was had a little bit, and you then retired to your rooms. An alarm spell was put around the room where Lena stayed with Rudy and Nana. And then also, as the evening came to, some people went back to their room and found that they could not access their bed anymore because there was apparently a brown barrier covering most part of the hallway.
No, the wall just bubbled out.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, wait, how did that happen?
Who could that have been?
No, it was a weird phenomenon.
Lovable, paranoid wizard warlock had summoned a tiny hut inside his closet-sized chamber. But morning came, you had a big breakfast. After breakfast, you all went up to the room where Rudy performed the remove curse spell and Lena awoke. And this is where we started.
Right.
Lena's eyes open, now free from the curse that was slowly draining their life away. Lena opens their eyes. Where am I? What's going on?
You're someplace safe, Lena. We have you safe. Take it easy. Take it easy. Just like pats her on the head, gets her to stay in bed, not wanting her to get up or not wanting them to get up or anything.
Are you okay, Lena? I can't imagine you're feeling all right, but how do you feel?
Parched, hungry, like I've been running for days. It just feels like I've been overworked. Like, looks at their hands, like puts a hand to their temple.
Goose immediately jumps up and is like, I get Lena some food! And runs out, down to the kitchen, grabs some food.
That'll be... Thank you.
You just hear this crashing as Goose is like charging down the stairs.
Get a giant fish!
Oh my god.
I require 2 giant fish.
Just like shoving people out of the way. Goose needs juice.
Goose has plenty of juice right here.
Oh my god.
As Goose runs away towards the kitchen to grab drink and food, what are the rest of y'all doing?
Talking to Lena, I guess.
Giving Lena some water from my water flask.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
Lena takes it and because it's gnome sized. And Lena's giant size.
It's like a little thimble. It's like.
It's like, well, I'd say
And patting them on the hand.
It's still like a water skin. That's like, it's still a water skin, so it's more
Yeah,
like.
I tried.
It's like a small glass. It's not like a shot, but it's a small glass of water. It's like a gulp or two for Lena. And
Well,
like,
you shouldn't
Lena
have
looks
too
so
much when you're dehydrated. You gotta drink it
Yeah,
slowly.
Lena looks grateful, like really just. Thank you, Nana. Thank you. Just hands it back.
Lena,
But where are we?
we're
This doesn't look like anywhere I know.
yes, we're currently back in Troll Hat.
Troll Hat.
Yes,
Wait. The Northern Outpost.
yes, that's the one. We had to bring you here.
Wait, how did I get here?
What was the last thing you remember, Lena?
And there's a moment where Lena goes quiet and solemn, and it's just like this. No, wait.
It's okay now.
And
Whatever
then
it
puts
is,
a hand to their neck.
we've removed the collar. Don't worry.
They put it on me, and then
Who is they,
and then
Lena?
it's the Midwinter Council.
Why would they do such a thing? That's literally the only thing I told them not to do.
Nana has a couple choice gnome words to say about that.
Wait, hold on. I'm trying to remember. There was, because I overheard something. I could feel something. Like it was like pressing on my mind, pushing me away. It's because of the color. Wait. Wait, no, it's because of the collar.
It's okay. Take your time.
No, that's the thing. That's the thing, Gerald. I told you to rush the collar to the city.
Yes, that's right.
And that's why they did this.
What? How do you mean?
The mines. They were talking about the mines. Apparently, you got in the way of something.
Oh yes, we keep getting in the way of many things.
No, in a
turns out.
bad way. The council. This. I was reprimanded for bringing you to the city,
What?
which led you to interrupt in the mines.
Wait, so are you saying that the city, the people in charge of the city are responsible for orchestrating what happened in their own minds? The deaths of all their own people? Plus the prisoners?
The last thing I remember, Katha said specifically. Katha said it was the lesser of two evils. And I know that sounds cliche, but that's the word she used.
That's the lesser? What
Just
would
think
have
of what the worst would have been.
what would have the great have been?
I don't know. It's really hard to remember what
Were
you're
they-
hearing when your brain is being.
Were they threatening the entire
Oil.
city, perhaps?
I don't know. I can't remember. It was just.
Well, I'm going to charter a boat right back there and kick her ass.
Nana,
I think we just need to get out of here and let the guild know what's happening more than anything.
Sorry. I can't remember anything else. I'm trying, but it's.
It's okay. Don't stress yourself too much, Lena. I think the best thing is that we were able to remove the collar from you. They were apparently shipping you somewhere on the boat that we happened to be on, and thankfully I was able to have the collar removed from you before you were able to hurt anyone.
Wait, They were shipping me where?
Exile, Lena.
Yes, they were going to exile you.
Exile
They
you.
said they were going to drop you on some ice float and leave you there, basically, with the collar on.
No one's ever been exiled in like a century. That's the old ways. Wait, what? That doesn't make any sense.
None of this is making any sense to us, Lena, so we're in the same boat, as it were. But yes, it has been removed from you now, so you can rest easy. The curse it placed on you, our good cleric Rudy has also removed from you.
One glove.
I was gonna say he's wearing a glove.
You can see it.
I know.
Yes.
It's actually the wrong one. Hang on, I gotta put the left one on. Sorry.
Oh, right. And
What
I
are
know
those
this
pressure
must
gloves?
be quite a trial for you, and you must be very confused after this time if you don't remember anything that happened during the time you had the collar on. So
No, it was no. There's nothing. They put it on, and there was this intense pressure inside my head, and then it was just like, I don't know, maybe whispers, but incoherent. I can't recall any words, and then it's just nothing.
Interesting. Not surprising, but still interesting to hear an account. I think we just need to get out of here, honestly. Lena, it's not safe for you here anymore either. If you were unable to recover, we were planning on bringing you with us to over the seas to the north, and I think that's still your best course of action at this point. Come with us to report to the guild, and
But the only thing I know right now is that I for sure can't go back to Bora, but
oh, absolutely not.
leaving the ice, I don't know.
Well, unless you've got friends who you can guarantee are not tied up in whatever is going on in these lands, I'm not sure how safe it is for you. And in fact, when we threatened the captain of the boat that was transporting you, he said much the similar, that it was probably, seeing as you are exiled anyway, if they find you here, it's bad news.
I'm with Gerald on this one. If you stay anywhere, within Troll Hat or any town, I fear that you'd just be endangering them.
But Lena, the choice is yours. We're not going to force you to come with us.
I think I just need a moment to.
Of course, take your time. Rest up for now. We're not leaving for another... how long till the boat goes again? However long that is.
Arthur, you spoke to someone on the boat?
Yeah, look, they weren't going for
No one ever told you.
no.
Oh.
They said speak with the captain.
Oh.
tomorrow.
Yeah, and like-
Josie said
and then
2 days.
and then we had to go speak to the captain this morning, which we yet to have done.
Oh, right. Well,
Yeah, I
Then
think
we'll go
there
find the captain.
might have been talk about 2 days, but there was also talk with the captain.
all right. Well, either way, we're not departing for some time. Just rest up. You're in good hands with Rudy and Nana. And, I mean, they've taken care of me countless times, so you're in good hands. And we'll go find out about this boat, I suppose. Because
Yeah, and by this point, Goose would be returning as well. Just
You just hear this, mind you, like, I have food!
Door bursts open.
And Goose is hoping to, like, get some nice, like whatever leftovers he can from breakfast, whether it be like some soup or some bread or and a drink of something.
there's like really like a whole what's it called, whole wheat, whole seed bread. I don't know the English words. I don't know English.
Oh yeah, like whole grain, whole seed.
Whole grain. There we go. Whole seed. Yeah.
Oh,
And,
I was
like,
thinking
really,
bagels.
really rustic. No, like a really rustic bread. Like it's dark. It looks very dense. Lots of like seed, and you also have this like really creamy, thick porridge.
Ah, perfect. Here, Lena, I got you something to eat. I hope you can stomach this.
Thank you. And they, if you told them it was for the giant, they would have given you like a larger serving, like in a giant-sized bowl.
Nah, Goose would probably just run down, just been like, food now, quickly.
Okay. And they give you some, and Lena eats rather slowly and like looking at all of you, looking down, just like confused. And eating like very slowly, and then looks up at all of you and says, "Could I have a moment?"
Oh, of course.
Oh yes, everyone
Of
out!
course.
Everyone out! We all like Anna shoos everyone out of there.
Oh, and before I go, Lena, if you do remember anything fleeting, please feel free to write it down if we're not here. And I hand her some sheets of paper and a quill and ink, just in case anything you want to write down. Feel free.
I'll see if I remember anything.
But don't push yourself either. Getting shoved out of the door by Nana. No, it's fine though if you don't.
So what did Lena remember? Did they say anything?
Yes, they said the Midwinters were the ones that put the collar of control on her. On them.
Midwinters?
Yes, the Midwinters themselves. Apparently, we mucked things up for them.
I'd say we did a pretty good job.
That's what I would have said. I thought we did.
We did a fantastic job.
No, but I think that's the problem, Goose. We did a good job of mucking up the nefarious plans.
Exactly. I think the message there is that the Midwinters may have had a terrible choice to make, and apparently they think they've made the choice of the lesser of two evils, but then they're concerned because Lena made us hurry towards the city, where we consequently mucked up their plans, revealed the neck collar choker thing, and yes, just bad news all around, really, for them, I guess. Oh, bless you, Goose.
Thank you. Guess on.
So, I can't imagine
what was the worst option.
I don't
That was
know.
pretty bad.
Maybe the demons were going to destroy the city. I mean, because we did run into that, devil demon. I'm not sure. Oh, I think she was a fiend. I think I remember.
Well, devil and demons are both fiends. Both have the fiend trait.
True. Yes. She was something awful. Anyway. I wonder. Yeah, they must have threatened them with something worse than killing everyone in the mines and turning them into an undead army. But I can't imagine what that would be.
They're turning literally everyone into.
But if they had that power, why would they not just do that in the first place? Perhaps maybe they were scared of losses to their number.
Maybe the
But
giants.
now that
giants
they've got
are
an
formidable.
Oh, they are, yes. But surely now they've got an undead army. Doesn't that make the side more likely to just take over the city now? I don't understand. We've got too many questions and not enough information.
I don't think it matters. Exactly.
And it's
I think
not.
What matters is that we
matters,
get out of trial.
Oh, I wholeheartedly. You haven't said something I've agreed with more, Ruby.
Well, I don't know if this captain's going to be awake yet. He seemed pretty much in the thick of his drink when we arrived, and I'm pretty sure he was still going when we retired. So I don't know where we're going to find him, or what state we're going to find him.
As you sit down, he's standing in the middle of the tavern and looks like fresh as can.
Well,
Damn it! I was gonna go bang on his
He's
door.
standing. He's got like
He's a man who's used to his drink.
thick coat, high color, his tricorn on, his blonde, almost white with sheens of blue in it, like just billowy hair. He's just standing around, like just looking around for a moment, and as you all come down, says, yes, I was told that you wanted to converse."
There's not even any breeze. How is his hair doing that?
Look, just sometimes, Gerald, you just don't question. You don't question it. Just don't question it.
It is quite rude to whisper.
Nana goes right up to him.
Sorry, I was taken aback by your booty. I mean, hi. That's good. Nice to meet you.
By your booty?
By your booty.
Beauty.
I was taken aback by your booty.
As you hold out your hand, he takes a step forward, grabs your hand, and says, "Very nice pleasure to meet you. Yes, and my name is Captain Feminist. You may call me Karim."
Lovely to meet you. We were
You
hoping
had
that...
business with me, yes?
Yes. We were hoping that we could perhaps get a ride on your ship. That's not a euphemism.
I mean, you can, surely, of course. If you have the coin.
Plenty of coin, yes, plenty of coin. We all got plenty. Don't worry, yes. It just like shoves everyone forward. He just like kind of looks back a little bit.
Yes, we are definitely able to pay for our passage with coin and or assistance if any trouble does arise. However, we are looking to make
we are quite adept at taking care of any problems that might arise. And,
excellent.
Oh, good.
Coin,
that will make
coin
Gerald
will
very
suffice.
happy. Then in that case, we certainly can pay our fair share.
Now it is quite a few more days until we are to depart. But if you would like, I'm sure the crew could be persuaded with coin.
How soon, practically?
Well, it is completely up to the crew. We are technically not to. We don't have to return to Southport for another fortnight. There's a little bit of a meeting I have to get to, but it only takes us about a week to get there. Yeah. So, I really only pay my crew for any time spent on the ocean, and so they are on leave. If you would like us to leave sooner, you will have to make it worth it.
I see.
So to me, it is of no matter, no importance.
I personally, and I don't speak for necessarily everyone here, sort of looks around, but I'd like to leave kind of as soon as possible.
How much would make it worth it for the crew? I think that will depend on maybe when we leave.
Well, the passage itself would be approximately 5 gold pieces would suffice. And you would get, since we have just now the other day when we arrived, we had our cargo full. The cargo is pretty much empty. You will have a lot of space to move around in, and sleep wherever you wish. You won't be bothered. And 5 gold, I think, is a fair price. And then the crew, considering day's wages, 70 gold total to get us going, and then we could leave in an hour.
Interesting.
Did he say 70 or 7?
17.
17.
Grace is happy to
No,
put that.
And when were you
70?
And when
Oh,
were you
70,
planning on?
okay.
When were you planning on leaving under your own steam, as it were?
Well, the crew said no sooner than tomorrow.
All right.
But then again, we do not actually have to leave for another 5 days
I see.
in order to make it back in.
I would like to leave as soon as possible, but
I would.
don't want to be any trouble to you and your crew.
What about?
Listen. There, big man, and Goose standing tall, big. This person, the Captain Corinne, is just as tall as Goose, but very slender looking.
No wonder Goose's bi-panic was acting up here.
No wonder.
I reiterate, there is no stress on the crew. If you pay the money, they are okay with leaving.
How about we plan for tomorrow? Give our friend upstairs plenty of time to rest as well.
I can ask
Everyone?
the crew. I can ask the crew if this is okay. He looks around, like, trying to make eye contact with everyone.
And seeing as they were saying that they were prepared to leave from any time from tomorrow onwards, I'm sure they'd be much more accepting, and possibly not require quite as much greasing of the palms, as it were.
Tomorrow at
There's
this,
a moment he just looks at Gerald and goes quiet. We are sailors.
Yes.
We always require greasing.
Pulls the hat down. I think you'll find that greasing is the Goose's department.
Actually, like, grease is a form of, like, lubricant, we could call it. So, like, surely, like, one of the lotions in my bag could probably suffice. And
Coin.
I mean, oh.
Humans.
Yes.
We are talking about
yeah,
coins.
Yeah, that makes sense. How about? Okay,
I cannot guarantee that the price will be any lower if you ask tomorrow.
Let's plan for tomorrow, and whatever it is whatever it is.
I can prepare the crew for tomorrow if you prepare the coin.
Excellent.
The coin will be prepared.
We can
We
prepare.
will grease it like a well-oiled cast iron pot.
Thank you for your help. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Why do I get the
Well-
feeling that every NPC we walk away from, the NPCs going, "What a group"?
It's all right.
This is D&D.
We'll
This is just
prepare-
D&D.
Yeah.
We'll prepare our coin and we'll discuss the final price of the fare tomorrow.
Yes.
Wonderful. Now I believe I had someone else to speak to, and as you're all standing there, you hear, and Pesty is standing behind you.
Pesty.
Is that the 70 gold? Would that be in total? Because me and my ward would also like to have board on the ship.
This will be us 5 plus these 2 plus the one upstairs.
And the captain says, "Well, the price to line the pockets of the crew remains the same, but it is still 5 gold pieces per person.
Oh, per person.
Charter place on the ship.
It's not
Right.
an issue. We got this.
But that includes food, shelter, safety, and an immaculate track record of never being late."
Excellent.
Very
Rudy
good.
shakes his head at this.
All right.
Never being late. Seems a
Shall
little fate tempting to me, but all right.
you don't happen to raise red flags on your ship, do you?
That's a bold claim.
Does he not look like a trustworthy man? I'm sure he'll give us plenty of time.
5 gold per person seems much more reasonable. For some reason in my head you said, "Oh, 5 gold for the trip," and I was like, 5 gold's pretty cheap for all of us, but 5 gold per person. And then yes, the markup seems much more reasonable in those terms.
Jared's not just rambling right now, but I know he is.
Yes, absolutely he is.
Arthur would like to step forward and hand him 75 pieces of gold.
75. Wow.
Damn. Okay. big
Grace will pay
fella
off
here.
the rest then.
What do you mean the
Very
rest? That's
well.
more than
There's
more than they
no
asked for. There's no rest. He overpaid.
Takes the money, puts it inside the coat, hangs it on a belt loop, and says, "Well, dear Sir Elf, when would you like us to depart?"
I look at the group and I say 6 hours.
What's
6
the
hours?
what's the time
Can
at
be
the
done.
moment, DM?
It's like noon-ish, so you would be taking off at like the start of sundown. Or like around sundown, but the captain doesn't see the face.
Oh, alright.
Look,
Okay, the sooner the better.
Look, I'm better to go on a ship when it's not time. I can't see things. I can sort of get myself to sleep. We all know how I'm gonna be like on this trip. I just want to get it done and over with. So
yes,
Do you
I
get
also
very
want to
seasick,
get there as quickly as
Seren?
possible.
well, yes.
I will pack some stone fruits and a little bit of bread, and you'll be fine.
There's like a big smile grows across the captain's face. Very well. Prepare to be extra seasick.
Hasn't Arthur done this trip before on the way here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's puking the whole time.
No, but I mean, like, yeah, from the way from like the mainland to here, the originally, like half a year ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
he doesn't
screwed.
remember much. He's spewing up most of the time. It's seasickness. You don't remember anything on the trip.
Alright, well, I'll remove that gold. Sick. 5 gold? Done.
No, you don't have to pay anything. Arthur
I thought it was...
Arthur just gave him like 75 gold.
No,
Yeah,
Yeah, but
that's-
it's 5
yeah,
It was
gold.
70 gold for the crew, then 5 for myself.
Yeah. 5
it's
each.
5 per person.
Yeah,
as
5
well
per
as the
person.
70.
Yes.
As well as the
Yeah,
70.
as well
to
as the 70,
expedite
yeah.
leaving.
So I covered
Oh,
me plus the
I
70.
misunderstood yet again.
And I was saying I paid the rest of everyone else's like $5.
Oh, shit. Okay. Damn it.
If you try to pay for Pesty, he will insistently say no, Ghost, no. We were given quite the reimbursement
Yeah, you were.
from the city. I have
Oh,
coin. I
From
have
the
coin.
city.
It's
Okay.
fine.
That's fine.
Sure, I'm more than happy to.
Pays the captain.
Okay.
Very well. Business concluded. I will be taking off to let my crew know we are leaving in 6 hours.
Excellent. Thank you.
Very good.
I'll see you later. And
Should we
just
meet you at the dock?
turns around and walks away and just waves as he leaves through the door.
Okay.
So
but-
did
but
we
I-
actually check with Lena whether they are up for leaving in 6 hours?
That's why I was saying tomorrow.
I think 6 hours is reasonable, honestly. That'll give them time to sleep, rest a little bit, and I'm sure they'll be eager to be off as quickly as possible, unless they've decided foolishly to stay. But at that point, that's not our problem anymore.
Let's also hope the crew doesn't get wind of the fact that we very easily handed over 70 gold and that we could probably be, exploited for more.
I was really looking to haggle that one down, but I guess Arthur was just wanting to flash it a bit, hey?
Oh, no, it was not to flash it. It's just to get it over and done with. And speaking about that, Nana, is there any way... Is there any way we can go find someone that might help me with the trip?
Oh, of course,
Could you make something for the trip?
Can I make something? I mean, I do have a herbalism kit. How long would that take me?
I will say though, if you have a herbalism kit, that means Nana could essentially make healing potions.
Ooh.
That's true, you can. Yeah, you can actually make healing potions with that.
It's been
But
6
I will
months.
say,
I've had this for 6 months, Josie.
in game. No, listen. Out of game, we've been playing for 6 months. In game, 2 months.
Okay, I probably have to learn how to do it.
Does
Huh?
this party really need
we'll talk
another...
about- Well, I mean, last night you spent on the ground.
I think Rudy's feeling a bit
I'm telling you, going full battle cleric in a second. You all heal
No,
yourselves for all I care.
Oh god,
I could definitely tell you how it works when we're on break or out of stream.
that's all right.
Cool.
Dear.
So, do you think it'd be possible to whip something up for Orb, or do we need to go shop around?
I will say for Arthur Orblet, what would suffice would be something equivalent to the restoration spell, something that removes a disease or the poisoned condition.
well, la-di-da.
Who did that? Who redeemed the dab? I'm looking at
Wait,
you.
what?
Who
It wasn't
knows?
me.
I didn't do anything.
Someone did.
Was it dab? I wasn't paying attention. I was
Thanks,
too busy
Undead
recording.
Otaku.
Does this need to
It's
be
lovely
a
to see you here
full
as well.
team dab or something?
Is
Do
it
we all
team
dab now?
Yeah.
We all doing a dab?
I don't
Oh no.
Really?
Alright, get ready. 3,
Oh, look at that.
2, 1. Yeah. Reggie.
Look at that. I already did mine, but all right. Okay.
Wait,
No,
why
you
are
got
we
the
dabbing?
you got the entire group dabbing with that redemption there, Otaku. Very
Yes.
good. Well
I
done.
don't know,
That's
but
value.
I like
Value
I like
for
that.
Yeah, that's high value.
We dab.
That's high value for your points. More dab for your buck. Anyway, yeah. So we were talking about how we didn't need Rudy, right?
No.
I do want to
I'm
mention
thinking the-
Rudy doesn't have that spell on him right now, but
Oh, he's already gone.
That's
Yeah.
classic Rudy though.
Never having
Oh,
the
I
spell
can
you
get it
need
next time I
is
sleep.
typical cleric.
I mean, I've got another spell that would work just as well for Arthur if he wants to try something experimental and cool and
Is it a
hip.
special one?
Oh, it's a special one.
Well,
I've got
I mean, we
something.
can do that.
Arthur, actually, you know what? Yeah, Arthur, I've got something that will just you'll go to sleep and you'll wake up at the
You're
end.
gonna
of the
kill
sleep.
him.
Really?
Yes, yes.
All right.
You'll go to sleep.
Can we see how
Yeah.
I go the first night? If it goes terribly, we'll do it.
Well, the thing
Please
is,
don't kill Arthur.
it only lasts an hour, so I'd have to keep doing it. I don't tell Arthur this though.
All right. Let's see how I go on the first
I
night.
got
Rudy.
this, Arthur.
I
Don't
love
worry.
it.
I
Yeah,
will
yeah,
take
yeah.
care of-
Rudy
I'll take
casts
care of-
blackjack. Whap!
You know, being
Oh, he
unconscious
hits him
for
with
like
a
a
mace.
week.
Yeah.
Thing.
Just knocks him the fuck out.
Okay, Arthur's really excited by this idea
So
for
is,
Rudy.
so is Rudy actually.
No.
This can only go well.
So yeah, Rudy, let's see how I go the first night, and we'll go from there.
And if you don't get some good rest, then I'll make sure to prepare a restoration spell of some description that'll do the job.
For a second, I thought you were going to say final resting rights.
Yeah.
That too. That's the rest.
I'll
Great.
contact
Yeah.
him next of
Yeah.
kin.
He'll
I
have
don't have one.
Excellent, even better. That's what makes it
he'll have the
perfect.
longest rest.
Eternal sleep.
Yeah.
I wanted to be smothered in thighs, not
I'm-
Rudy's hands.
I'm gonna get in so much trouble when I do this.
What's that? You want to be smothered in Rudy's thighs?
Yeah, that's how the spell goes. That's how the spell works.
Yeah.
And the ship is.
There it goes.
on.
Choo
No,
choo.
the ship leaves in 6 hours. What's going on with that, Arthur? Come on.
So I
Arthur-
keep the way that I drew the thighs.
I'll
into the-
say while we're all having a fun, good old laughy time, why don't we go ahead and take our first break,
Oh yeah.
and we'll all just recenter and get back into it. Anyone
That
needs to
makes
refill
sense.
drinks? Anyone needs to go to the bathroom?
I do
I'll
have to
have
run to the
two-
limit as well.
I have two things in chat. We have a Boogie Wilson 22 wants to know what's the story so far.
Oh.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Buckle
Holy
up,
moly,
buddy.
that is. Woo!
Pack 6 months worth.
Well, what if we each
Micro
tell apart?
recap.
Can we each tell apart?
How fast of a recap do you want?
I mean,
Give us the major highlights.
All right. I reckon I can give you a real quick catch up.
yeah, go for it.
We belong to a group of adventurers called the Guild of the Midnight Suns. We've been tasked with capturing a dude who had a fly skull mask. We came
Bug
all
man.
the way south to this icy place to find said guy. We had many troubles in finding said guy, who turned out to be in a jail of a major city called Bora. There we found that everyone inside had been murdered by the people who we were chasing, who were also waylaying us repeatedly along the way. Turns out that a lot of these people were being controlled by these collar things, which are bad news and makes them want to kill us. Currently, our friend who we're with at the moment, who's now sleeping it off, had one of these collar things put on them in a horrible betrayal from the rulers of the city.
Top 10 anime betrayals, actually.
Top 10 anime betrayals. Meanwhile, as far as our
two.
goal goes, we did get our man, but we only got his head.
It's okay
Still
because
counts.
I can.
But it's
I can make the
okay
head talk
because we
whenever I
can
want to.
talk to it every now and then using the power of Rudy's magic hands. Other than that, important notes are all of us had a weird dream where we spoke to gods, and we've sort of like taken on a kind of like a deal with a few gods each. We all had to choose. Some people's choices were a bit more interesting than others, and that's yet to sort of come to fruition. So look forward to that in the future. And yes, we're all heading back. Goose has a swan princess, which is also on the horizon, and we've gathered a few pets along the way. I think that's most of the highlights, right?
Yeah. I don't think we've really. That's pretty much it. That's an awesome recap. Put it on a T-shirt. We can sell the T-shirts. The recap shirt.
You just got to like update the thing every week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God.
And then everyone's like, "Oh, what's happened so far?" We just like, "Yeah, this is what's happened so far."
Yeah, here it is. And
Yeah.
then if you want like the next part on the back, and then I've got a bit under
Bullet points are on the back. Thank you.
And then, like,
George didn't make the
the
highlight
plot
reel.
points are on the leg. We get hands as well.
Good is like, wow, George didn't make the highlight reel. No, we don't include dirty thieves in our highlight reel. No.
We had a really
Wow.
Nah, we have had guests along the way as well, and we will have more guests. In fact, we'll probably see Gouda again at some point in time or another, who was playing George, who was a terrible thief, but was
Terrible is a harsh word for
Yeah.
harsh but fair. I
Small.
feel.
a fantastic
Just small.
cheerleader for
Oh.
Arthur Orblet in combat, though.
When you're a meat shield,
Yeah.
you deserve to get cheered
That's
up.
right.
Yeah.
That's right. No, George is
second
fantastic.
thing-
Roju loves George. Gerald hates George.
We've
The
had
second thing in chat is we have a Reaper here asking for help in naming a character, a fighter,
Ooh.
bronze dragonborn.
A bronze
Ooh.
fighting dragonborn.
Mm.
Oh, naming
Name
is tricky.
Name it fun.
A pun? Be a
Name it
pun?
fun.
It depends how serious
First
you're wanting it. If you want like a dumb name, I can absolutely help. If
Name
you're
it
wanting like
George.
if you're wanting a more serious name, I would encourage you to have a look at like name generators to give you inspiration, and then you'll find something that goes, oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, that gives me an idea to name it blah because it has blah meaning. That's sort of how I do things. Unless you want a joke meaning,
Or-
in which case I got you.
Yeah, or there's this really, well, for those who don't know, there is a content creator called
Godly.
JD who does wonderful content and recently made a name generating like idea video where it's like, it's really good. Go to YouTube, check it out. It's like a really good way to figure out how to get names for a character when you're having a mind blank.
Mm-mm.
That's cool.
There's like she does a lot of amazing character creation content, like things to think about, and has this like almost interactive where it's like she's playing a character, like someone who's patching you up after combat is like asking you questions, and you by answering those questions you figure out your
Oh.
character.
That's cool.
That's
I
a
like
really
that.
cool idea. I like that.
What,
Yeah, or you could just be like me and be like, honey badger don't give a shit, and then look up the scientific name for badger and then use that.
is it? Is that where it comes from?
Wow.
Oh my
I had no
god.
idea.
Now you know.
Wow, Nana is
My
actually
first-
honey badger.
when I heard
amazing.
Nana Melivora, I just went to Critical Role, because in Critical Role, the goddess of nature is named Melora.
Ah.
I don't
That's
know how
totally where it comes
canon
from,
in
and
D&D
not-
5th edition that is, or
not
but
badgers.
it's in Critical Role at least. Yeah, everyone ready to get back in.
Undead Otaku saying Furbantine is the ultimate name?
Did
Interesting.
you call it Furby? Absolutely fucking
Furby.
not. No.
What
No.
what element quickly is bronze dragons? What's their breath?
Lightning.
Lightning. Ah. Call them Flash.
Lightning.
Flash.
He'll save every one of us. Yeah.
Savior of the Dragonborn.
Yeah, or if you want to take it one step more meta than that, you could call him Gordon.
Ah.
Gordon.
Also, Cuddly just
Killed Cuddly.
I'm just very
And
much
then
enjoying the name
then
Gordon.
you go even further and you call him Ramsey, and you just keep going.
Oh my god.
Ramsey,
Name a
wait,
ship.
Bolton, lightning, because it's Bolton. Because you could be
Bolton?
Ramsey Bolton, because Gordon
Oh,
Ramsay,
God.
Oh
Gordon
my God.
Flash, and then Bolton. because it's Bolton
Jesse's gone too
Ramsey.
far. We
No,
need to
she's gone not far
back.
enough.
No.
One further. Let's
Need to
go.
go even further beyond.
We need to go
Listen,
deeper.
Ultimate name, Ramsey Bolton. There we
Oh,
go.
no.
God.
Love it.
Too
love
many
it so
too
much
many
that I
negative
know.
mental
Right.
references though.
Full circle. We've gone full circle. It's done.
There you
Okay,
go.
can we going back
Yes.
to our current conundrum?
Yes. I have
Yes.
one last. It is game related to our game.
Yes.
Cuddly.
Go.
Yes.
It takes 3 days and 25 gold to make a healing potion.
So it won't help anyway. 3 days and 25.
Well, if you have like
I'll
travel
help
time,
it.
because you could do it on the boat.
Yeah, I mean we got a week. You
Actually,
can
that
make
might
2
be
potions in
good.
that time.
And handy to have a potion
With
ready
our-
to go.
Yeah, because like having potions ready is always good. Like you never know.
And that's half
And
price too.
with our little tweaked crafting rules, you might get like a little bit better potions. Like not the next level of potion, but like a little bit.
Maybe
of
just
better
like
potion.
like a
Okay.
+2 or a +3 on the roll.
Yeah, that sounds like a good way
Well,
for Nana to spend her
or
time.
something.
That'd be cool.
But we'll take it that you will return as you all, I assume, enter back into Lena's room after having spoken with the captain.
With a knock on the door to see if they'd like to let us in.
Yeah.
You knock on the door, and you hear come in.
Hey, buddy.
Nana,
Each head
Gerald, and
appears.
Rian.
Yeah, in a row, it's like
Lena like scoots up and sits against the wall and says, "You don't need to knock, Gerald."
oh, I just didn't want to. I know you wanted your space. How are you doing?
Well, I assume if you need something, you'll come find me, and you've come to find me.
This is true. Good point. We've got passage on a boat in 6 hours' time, so no rush.
6 hours.
Yes, you can. We've greased some palms to make things happen, so we can leave in 6 hours' time. If you are indeed prepared to come with us.
Greased with coin, not with olive oil.
Yes, I made that
Or
mistake at
lavender
first,
extract.
and it was
Unfortunately.
taken the wrong way. Yes.
Okay, well, there's just one thing I'd like to figure out before we leave. And looking around, Rudy, you see a very familiar set of eyes staring at you from the corner of the room. They told me what happened. Just like target practice time.
Gotta cast inflict wounds on it or something. Oh,
No,
God.
Lena says, they told me they haven't seen Chigor in a while, and I've known Chigor for some years, and now that they mention it, I can't remember. Chigor usually has an honorary seat at the council.
Oh, she goes the frost dragon.
Yes, yeah, and they say he took off north, and I just feel like if he took off, something must have happened. He wouldn't just bail. I don't know if
he didn't seem the most.
Chigor. No, look. Chigor is incredibly looks towards the methods, materialistic, and like the methods go like. If he took off north and left his belongings behind, and he hasn't returned in some time, something's up.
Gerald,
Yes?
can I have a word with you outside for 2 seconds?
Oh, of course.
I might have had a brainwave, but I just am not entirely comfortable with all these eyes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I know.
yeah.
Look, it is a little bit creepy, but I'm glad it's you and not me. Sure, let's step outside for a moment. Sorry, Lena. Well, Rudy's got a thing with the meth. It's, right, just... Okay, bye. Yes, we'll just close.
Okay.
You hear Nana saying, "It's nothing you did. I
Gerald,
promise."
this is gonna sound weird, but I figure if anyone understands feelings, it's you. Like gut feelings about fear and
Oh, yes.
distrust.
All the time.
Okay. When we met Chigor the dragon,
Yes.
I had almost like an instinctual distrust. But this did not, I don't think this came from me. I think this came from my patron at the time.
At the time?
The dream, it's all very confusing, but
Sure, yes. Cleric shit.
since then, like you guys, we got to converse with various patrons. But anyway, at the time, the patron that I was gaining my power from
Yes.
is very much against the undead.
Well, yes,
Like,
I can understand that.
yes.
We've met some now, and they're terrible.
Exactly. I'm thinking possibly if Chigor has left north,
Yes.
like the undead horde, and Chigor has a place on the High
Oh.
Council,
Oh,
and I got this
no.
very strange, out of nowhere feeling of distrust and,
Wait,
distaste.
are you implying that Shigor, when we met them, was already dead?
Or in cahoots, maybe?
Or in cahoots? Why did they help us then?
Are you still in the room talking about?
No,
this?
we stepped outside.
We stepped out of the room
Yeah.
because I didn't want to say it in front of the methods. I'm not sure if they would have attacked.
Specifically, yeah.
Just turn around, he's just standing behind you like, what?
Hello.
He's like growing up out of your shoulder. It's like-
Yeah.
that is. I'm not sure which one would be worse. I think I would prefer it if the dragon was dead, and that it didn't have a choice, and therefore it's less likely to chase after us with intelligence.
Yeah. But I just think, am I crazy for
Good night,
thinking that?
Otaku.
Am I?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I think that's a keen deduction on your part, Rudy.
excellent. How do we explain it to Lena and methods without getting?
I don't know that we do. Does it? Look, if Lena won't leave without dealing with the dragon situation, then perhaps we'll have to discuss it further with them. Is there any reason to keep it from them? I don't know.
Maybe not. I just. It scares. It just. Anyway,
yes.
I'll explain it to everyone else. If you don't think it's mad, then I'll explain it to everyone else.
No, I think it makes too much sense, honestly.
Back in the room, Lena looks around to the rest of you in there and says, "Well, they say they want to find Chigor, but they can't travel that far north." And looks at Goose, Nana, Arthur. You've been here for a while now. You haven't happened to come upon any Sferera, do you?
Who?
We're not in the
I know
room.
that word. I just can't
Oh,
remember.
have
what
we
it
not?
means.
We haven't gone back in.
No,
yet.
we have
Okay.
not.
Oh, this is while we're talking. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool.
And Lena then says, the unmeltable ice.
Oh, wait, did Nana? Ah, she didn't get her hands on any.
Mm-hmm.
You did. You do have
Oh,
like
I
a
did.
little
Oh,
like
I did.
Yeah, we had a bunch of it.
you have
Yeah.
you have like a little chunk, like an ice cube from a bar size.
No.
We doing it. Oh, Nana starts digging in her bag. I think I might have something in here and sort of like is half in the bag. You kind of hear the echo coming back. Well, let me I'm sure it was around here somewhere.
Just don't touch it with your bare hands. Layla, like, doesn't know, like, should I yell? Can you hear me?
oh, here it is, and scoops it up, and it's probably still in the napkin, yeah? Yeah, alright, there we go.
And Lena takes it and, like, just opens the napkin and grabs it, like, seems unaffected by the ice itself.
And then it kind of, oh, it's fine. Oh, it's.
You can still see like tiny pieces of frost, like the fractals growing, like you know when like a wet car window hits cold weather and it just starts, frost just starts growing. Are you googling what it looks like?
No, I was just seeing if I needed to take it out of my kit, but I don't know that I ever put it in. But now I'm looking.
And you can see like pieces of frost forming on Lena's fingers, and Lena says, "Well, if it's okay with everyone, they could stay in here and come with us."
Arthur stands at the door.
I think that would be a wonderful idea.
Arthur's holding the door closed. Arthur's holding the door closed.
No, we're outside talking. This is while we're talking, so you guys can do whatever you want.
Yeah, but Arthur's gone and we're like, you know,
do you think there's enough for all three of you? She'd only see three, right?
Yeah, there's another one. It's like as Arthur's holding the door, one has like put his face through the door. It's just like the eyes sticking out on the other side.
Oh my god!
I think you can all share it if it works. Yes, I'm not going to use it for anything.
Yeah, I mean technically we're not really even here. We're just using the snow. So yeah, we could definitely it's just, and it puts its finger on the ice and just disappears, almost like the snow it was formed out of just like falls to the ground and just something is sucked into the ice.
Oh. Goose just kind of like pokes the snow a little bit, just like,
oh, they're in the ice cube now?
Yeah.
Oh my god, so amazing.
And another one just hovers over and just like looks around like at everyone, waves a little bit, and then puts his hand on the ice and just snow falls to the ground. Third one disappears. The fourth one slowly backs away from the door, almost like keeping its eyes trained in one direction as it's looking at something on the other side of the wall the entire time. And then just disappears into the little piece of ice.
I hope they don't mind being in a napkin.
Well, I can keep it on me if that's okay.
Oh, that
I don't mind. And Lena just puts it in one of their pockets.
Well, if the snow is here and they didn't take it with them, what are they gonna use if they come out? Would they get more snow?
We'll figure it out.
Okay.
Like a Pokeball for methods.
Method, I choose you.
Oh no.
More pets.
Method uses stare. It's super effective.
I just cannot believe that, Josie, you have worked out a way to bring the methods.
Wait, isn't there a Pokemon move called like Scary Face or something?
There is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or Leer. Isn't there one called
Leer?
Leer?
There is Leer, there's Scary
Yep.
Face, and they're both like lower special attack, isn't it?
Yeah.
Leer
special
lowers defense and Scary Face lowers speed. There's also Glare, which paralyzes. So
Oh, there you
Yeah,
go.
Rudy's
That's
just
what's
moving
gonna
like
happen.
super slow around the ship, and we're all like, "What is he on?"
But Lena doesn't seem bothered at all with leaving in 6 hours time.
Oh, okay.
Sweet.
Cool.
Okay.
I suppose we would have paid for Lena too, right? I guess. Goose
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
have
I already took out 25 gold for that.
Do we?
How much was breakfast for Lena?
For Lena, they didn't charge.
for you, baby.
Oh,
It's
It was-
sweet.
It's for a sick person, and they don't know they like, because when you came this morning, they just threw a number at you to pay for like the night and stuff. So they were
Right,
like,
yeah.
there's
Yeah.
probably some leeway in there.
That's leftovers.
I'm assuming we come back into the room now, or
Yeah, if you're ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's not even tell him.
Yeah. Like,
Nah, I'm not gonna
You
tell
you
him.
step in, Mephit's gone. They're all gone.
where are they? Are they gone?
Goose kind of
What's gone?
pushes the snow under the bed. Oh, they went away.
What's gone, Rudy?
The methods. Where'd
Well,
the methods go?
what
Oh,
method?
in a matter of speaking, yes. They're gone for now.
What do you mean for now?
They had things to do. They just went.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. It's probably good. That okay. Oh shit! They're in my chat. Okay. Wait. Why is there only 3 of them?
Breaking the fourth wall.
The staring is a little off-putting. I will admit.
Okay. So I'm not sure if this information is relevant, but I just chatted with Gerald, and Gerald agrees that I think we should share this. I'm just not sure if the methods.
Just spit it out, Rudy.
I think Chigor might be involved with all of this as well.
Involved how?
Oh, wow.
Well, okay, this is going to take a bit of explaining, but long story short, my patron at the time was very much like essentially undead bad. No, don't want, destroy, crush, kill, get rid of it, right? And as soon as we met Chigor the dragon, I felt this raw distaste, distrust that did not come from me. Like, in all intents and purposes, everybody loved Chigor. Chigor gave us gifts and helped us fight, but I couldn't shake this feeling that Chigor was not good. And now to hear that they're going north, like in the same direction that the undead army's going, I don't think this feeling came from me. I think it came from my patron at the time.
And Lena looks over towards you. Undead army? What?
Oh, shit.
Mention that.
Oh, were you asleep for all of that?
No, that's
Yes.
on us.
Oh.
About the mines.
Okay.
Yes.
Who wants to
Let
break
us
it to
backpedal
them?
a second.
Well, okay. So, okay. Later. Well, you know how. You know how we mentioned we were chasing someone? We were after someone?
Yes.
Rudy goes into his
Don't,
bag.
no,
"But we
don't, Rudy,
found
no,
them."
don't. Put the head back in the bag, man.
I haven't taken it out of the bag. You want to take it out of the bag? I'll take it out of the bag. Okay.
What's in the bag? What's in the bag?
Not our guest.
What's in the bag?
The head of the person we were chasing. We got it.
Oh, okay. Well, okay.
Anyway, he was in.
No, I've seen worse.
Excellent. Well, see, why was everyone panicking?
Get on
It's
with the
just
story, Rudy.
Okay, anyway.
I just don't know why you're. Is the head gonna be okay? Is it like?
Oh
look
yeah,
at
it's
the ground,
fine. We
is it
spoke to it just
dripping?
the other day. It's all good. It's all good. Anyway.
No, Lena started to look like tired and overwhelmed, almost like.
Let me take it from here, Rudy. I think
What? Oh, okay.
the long story short, Lena, is that
one thing at a time, please.
well, I'll do my best for one thing at a time. The short of it is, when we went into the mines, everyone had been killed and turned into living dead, which we're calling undead.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, and they're under the control of people associated with the person we were after, and they've killed a lot of people and have turned them into a controlled army which was heading north. And what my good cleric Rudy is trying to say is that they seem to be heading in the same direction that the dragon went, and because he had a sense about the dragon having something to do with undead, because his patron deity doesn't like them, this is starting to connect the dots now, essentially, is what we're trying to say.
I see. Yeah, that doesn't sound good.
No, it sounds pretty terrible, and that's why we're very eager to get away from this place.
Yeah, no, I can see why. Shit. Yeah, I'll be ready in 6 hours. Just let me. I think I'll just starts like slouching down in the bed.
Yes.
Is it okay if I could just be alone until an hour or two before we leave?
Of course, of course.
Oh yes, of course. No worries.
Yes, we'll be around. If you want any company, you let us know.
I'll let you know. I'll let you know.
Arthur leaves the room.
As we're walking out, Rudy sort of turns to the group.
Yep.
You don't think it was the head, was it? Was that too much?
Yes, completely unnecessary.
I just don't want you to get it to start talking again. No, I don't want anything to do with that.
You don't pull out severed heads and wave them around in front of people who are more or less in
Not
shock.
in polite company, Rudy. We've talked about this.
Not everyone has worked in a morgue, my friend.
But it's really, have you actually looked at the tendons? And it's actually really
No, we
fascinating.
have.
No.
That's the problem.
No.
I specifically do not want to look at the tendons.
What's really
I
interesting is
saw
when
the tendons when I dislocated the head from the rest of the body.
I know, and
I
you did
said
a
everyone
very
here,
good,
you got
very-
perfect attendance.
Oh, it was a clean cut, Goose. Honestly,
Rudy, Rudy, I really think you should have stopped while you were ahead. What? But Josie's was there too. I couldn't not. That was beautiful, Josie, by the way.
Fantastic.
Thank you. I
Yeah,
needed
no.
some validation on that one.
Yeah,
How
no,
do
I
that was a
liked
good
it.
one.
Rudy's now going off muttering. It's like, how do I quit with the head? I don't understand.
Oh, well, is that all sorted
If there's-
then? I don't think there's anything else, is there?
If there is nothing else specific anyone wants to do, we can definitely fast forward.
Arthur wants to go find somewhere that sells, or he can sell armor and a spear too.
Well, you do know that there's like a trading post.
The
You
trading
saw-
post we started at.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, where you've got Welma.
We can give back all our snow gear too if we need
And
to.
we could sell it.
Oh, yeah.
So Arthur's gonna head there.
Okay, then
Here's a good
Rudy's
Yeah,
not-
I think that's. I mean,
can
I've
all
got I got my old armor to sell anyway, so that's a good idea.
I mean, I'm pretty partial to the cloak at this point, so I probably won't sell it. But if they need it back, I'll give it back. You know.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to sell any of my cold weather gear because you never know when that comes in handy.
I
but,
don't trust that we won't be
You can
thrown
just
back into
all
the cold.
stash it in the bag of holding.
That's
Yeah,
true.
exactly.
And that's what it's for.
Oh yeah, Rudy's got that silver and aquamarine ring still that is literally does nothing. So may as
This
well
is
sell
pretty.
It is pretty.
Yeah.
It does do something. It goes on your finger.
I mean, he
it
has
does
been
do
wearing
something.
it,
It magically converts into coin.
No, you even identified it. It doesn't have any magical.
It's mundane, yeah.
Yeah.
Next minute,
Which is why I'm
cursed.
wearing it.
Can't take it off.
The curse is just it's stuck.
yeah.
There's nothing else.
And it's fake.
It's okay. He wanted to chop his arm off anyway, so he can just. They're done.
You start seeing some
Yeah.
greed on your finger from the fake gold.
yeah.
Arthur goes into the trading post.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you
Here's
step
a
into the
follow.
trading post, you've got like it's this big 3-story building with open planning. You can see now the lower floor, the lowest floor just has this long counter on it, and you see now where you're trying to get in. Like the whole bottom floor is just covered with boxes, sacks, barrels, and you see Welma, the ice cold, with their white hair, their scales smattering all over the arms, just like currently standing there with what looks to be almost a clipboard of sorts, and just going through stuff, like seem to take inventory. And as you all step in, it says, "Oh, okay.
Oh, hello! It's us!
Hello, yes." And Welma walks over, and as Welma's walking over, I'm gonna redo battery.
The suspense! Oh my god. Wilma walks over and slaps Arthur Orblet and says, I heard about your Madame Tusk adventures and I don't know how you
Ooh.
can do this to me. I thought we had something.
We do. We look. There's a room behind there, and
Oh,
There's some
gosh.
space behind the boxes. There's a bit of hay down. We'll be fine. Oh my god.
we've got a few hours.
Arthur has no shame.
No shame.
No
You know,
shame.
Arthur was definitely eyeing up the captain, like, here's the 70 gold, baby.
And Wilma says, how can I help? Sorry, the inventory is a bit of a mess. I can't really sell much right now. I need to get all of this sorted before, before the season starts. I need to get everything in order.
What if we've got some items to sell to you?
Sure, I won't be able to give you... I just got restocked, like, gestures towards everything, and just like, I can't offer you a good price, but I can take it off your hands if you just want to get rid of it. I can't promise you that I can't pay full price for anything.
I don't have anything to sell. I just wanted to say hi.
Well, look, I've got a belt. The rope is seaweed, and there's a few little trinkets on there.
Way to sell it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, takes a look at it. Says, I could hang it on the wall.
Did we? Quick question. Did we actually did we actually check that belt?
No, we didn't identify any of it.
Ew.
Too late. I'm already gave it to him.
I'm like, when did you get that?
Oh, I got that when everyone else was inside, and I was spewing over the side of the boat, and I found
I remember you spewed quite violently.
Yes,
Oh.
yes.
And Nana's like kind of poking her head into boxes, like,
This thing's got some trinkets. It doesn't look like anything.
Oh,
but
hold on. Have you actually looked at it at all? Have you tested it?
Oh, it's a belt.
Yes, but is it magical, Arthur?
Probably not, but it smells like fish.
It seems fishy. That's all I'm saying.
Imagine it's like a belt made of braided seaweed, and then there are smaller loops with like there's like shells, like petrified starfish, like all like little things just hanging off it on loops.
Just Arthur, just give me 10 minutes with it, would you? Let me check it first before you get rid of something potentially useful.
Do you need any help, Wilma? I'm
And I'm just
very
gonna-
bored and really into
please
organizing.
please don't touch anything. I really appreciate the help, but
I'm just gonna ritual cast
identify.
Yeah.
Nothing magical about it.
All right, carry on.
And I will say, make an arcana check. As part of this, just make an arcana check.
Sure. Yup.
What
That
if it's laughed
is
so hard if
a 22.
Orb sold like
22,
a belt
it
of super strength?
Some of the things you find here you recognize as spell components. It looks like a variation of a spell component.
Oh, how interesting. Cool.
But it's just like they're like adjacent stuff.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. So, like, I imagine they probably
It's like-
tore
yeah,
a
it's
thing
like-
off
it's-
and then
Yeah, essentially.
Cool.
All right.
What about the spear?
No, I'm not grabbing them out.
Okay, all right. You're just selling the belt. We came all this way to sell a belt.
Well, no.
No, I'm also going to be selling my leather armor.
Very much. You know,
Okay, while I'm just put anything you want to get rid of the counter, I'll give you a guesstimate based on what I see, but I don't really have any room to haggle right now. As you can see, what I offer is what I offer. I'm sorry, it's just.
That's all right. What would you give me for this suit of leather armor?
Suit of leather armor? Looks like it's been through some stuff. If just that, I don't know.
Quickly prestidigitation and cleans the stains off.
I mean, I suppose it's leather. I don't know. I give you 8 gold for it.
That's fair. All right.
You hand it over?
Yep, hand it over for 8 gold.
Sure.
The belt with the trinkets.
Yeah. I don't even know what this is. Looks like knickknacks to me. I'll give you 5 silver.
Yep, I'll take it.
I was thinking 5 copper.
Arthur will take the 5 silver.
Yeah.
I'm here to. I was hoping to pick up some javelins before I leave.
If you
happen to have any.
I haven't. There's probably some looking like it's like
Just a
the
pile
end,
of
it's like the end
crates.
of the Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's
It's like my
And it's
actual
gonna be.
Yeah,
I'm
like
sorry,
your house.
I can't offer to sell anything real right now. I have no idea what I've got in inventory. I haven't set any prices for anything. I'm sorry.
That's
I can't.
totally fine. That's totally fine. I do not want to cause her any trouble or anything. Just if you happen to.
No, sorry, nothing that I can just grab and put down right now. There's a lot of work to do. Anyone
No
else?
stress,
Otherwise,
no
I've
stress.
got to back to.
I think we've kept you long enough. I think we should.
No,
leave.
thank you for saying
Yes,
hi.
thank you.
We'll go.
Thank you.
We are going to go in. I don't know how many hours it would be. 2, 3. We're going to go in a little bit, and we
In
just
this
wanted to
evening.
stop and say goodbye. And thank you for all the supplies.
Okay, well, thank you for stopping by again. Looks at Arthur. I hope the hot cocoa's tasty.
Before I go, do you actually want a cup?
I'd love a cup.
Oh,
And just like puts the clipboard down and grabs like what looks to be a metal tankard from
Nice.
under like the
Roll Tide.
counter.
Yeah.
oh, there you go. There's some marshmallows in there.
Got that
Is it with
marshmallow.
marshmallows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marshmallows.
Just takes it, looks at it, says, just a sip, just. Oh, that's good. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Arthur sort of.
Let's go before they try to buy it back.
Yeah. And then I guess we'll just chill till the evening.
Mm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Head over to the tavern, grab a bite to eat before we jump on the boat.
If y'all
Yep.
want to grab a bite to eat, like just a meal and a light drink, I'd say a
Mhm.
silver per person. You could
Yep.
probably get away with.
Can Arthur get like a high fiber? Like he wants.
No.
Yeah, high five.
Does he even have a bite to eat? Let's be real.
Well, like he's hesitant. Like he wants to put something in his stomach.
Yeah,
but he
and
doesn't want
Nana's
to put a
actually
lot.
encouraging him to. She's like, "It's all right. It's just more to come back up later. Who's going to notice?"
Oh no, don't worry. I've got it sorted. Don't worry, Arthur. You will not feel a thing.
I'm really
This
worried.
Are you
confidence,
saying
yeah.
you want instead of food, you'd like a drink? Is that what you're saying? Something hard.
Porridge will actually be quite nice, I think.
Okay.
Porridge pretty much
Well,
looks
then
the
you
same
get
going down as
porridge.
it does coming up. So I feel like
I'm not
Probably knows
imagining.
from experience.
no, it's just how it looks to me. Yeah. No, that's... Shh, Josie.
Well, you can't step in the pool and expect not to get wet. That's essentially the meme of the person on the bike that puts the stick in the wheel. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, ah, shit.
This is all Josie's fault.
Could someone do that meme that have like cuddly wrapped his face on the person on the bike and the stick goes in because this was Josie's fault?
I can get on Photoshop right now.
Oh,
We're the one with a gun. We're
Yeah, the one with the gun.
like-
Why would Josie do this?
yeah. Oh my god.
But the hours pass. The hours pass by. You have food. You pack up what you can, and you realize very quickly, even just coming out of the trade post, there's full events going on the big ship, and like people are moving. You can see sails are being.
Oh.
The deck and someone is walking after, like scrubbing. They're working pretty hard. You see the captain is walking around pointing and shouting, and you also would realize that the Winter's Claw is gone.
Good
That makes
riddance.
The smaller ship
And
is
nothing.
nowhere to be seen.
That's fine. That's okay.
Josie, question, real quick question.
Yeah?
What is it? The Tide Rider? Does the Tide Rider have a poop deck?
A poop deck.
Yeah. You know, it's like a thing on ships.
You'll have to wait and see.
Lol. Okay.
You do realize I think we're one pun away from the
That's not a
punishment.
pun. That's just
No,
a
but
genuine
I
question.
can tell you're looking to set one up in the future of some description.
Oh. No.
Would never.
We
say
would
one now,
never
but
do
I think
that.
it will put us into battle.
We would
so-
never do that, Rudy.
No.
I mean, Darcy. I mean, Aussie.
If that is your real name.
Yeah, who are you anymore?
No one knows. I don't think Rudy knows anymore either.
We fast forward. The sun is starting to set, and you see Pesty and Sin are getting ready to head out towards the ship.
Cool.
Alrighty. Should we go get Lena?
If Lena's not down here, yeah.
As you come up, Lena is just like standing in the room, like semi-awkwardly. It says, "I didn't really have anything to pack, but I'll be fine. I'll be fine. We can. Do you need help carrying anything?"
Oh no, I've got this handy bag. Don't worry, I'll share blankets with you.
What?
Not realizing her
Thank
blankets are quite small.
Like a napkin.
Pillowcase
Yeah.
size. And Lena just like looks a little bit defeated, but tags along as you're walking out. Like, guess this is it. And walks out, and the sun is starting to set. Like the sky is pinkish purple, going towards the red. And you see walking up, you can see there is like a set of stairs, like a gangplank, but it's a bit like sturdier. There isn't any elevated dock here. They're like parked next to the ice, essentially. And as you coming near, you can see some people are like helping carrying some stuff up, and as you're getting there, there's like two people in the process of helping Pesty carry Sin in her little sled up towards the deck. She looks better, but they. I mean, who knows? Maybe she's enjoying the pampering. Maybe Pesty's being overprotective, but like, still sitting in the sled.
So Arthur's gonna speak with animals, and sort of let Madeline out of her cage. And Madeline, we're about to go on a boat again. You're gonna just fly around, keep close to us, okay?
Okay.
All right. Now look, I'm not gonna be good on this trip. I'm gonna be quite sick. If you need anything, Rudy, he's gonna look after me, okay? So you go to Rudy, all right?
Right.
And I go grab Rudy.
I'm not ready for this responsibility.
Got a daughter now, okay?
And you just see Arthur like doing hooting noises towards the owl, and then goes and grabs you and keeps doing noises to the owl.
Now,
Rudy,
yes.
I'm gonna get Madeline to peck you once if she's in danger, and twice if she's hungry, and if I'm not responsive, okay?
Oh, the bad choice of words, Arthur. But yes.
Oh no!
What do you mean?
Nothing. It's okay. It's okay, Arthur. Yes. If you are otherwise indisposed or asleep, I will look after Madeline. Yes.
All right,
Yes.
Madeline. All right. Remember, poke him once if you're in danger, twice if you're hungry. He will look after you, okay? If I can't help you or at all, because I don't do well on boats, as you saw from the last time, just
I know.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait, hang on. Oh well, Arthur, Rudy doesn't understand this, but like, hey, Arthur, you need me to look after Madeline. Isn't Madeline an owl? There'd be rats all over this ship.
And there's a person from the crew that just turns around. Ain't no rats in this boat.
Oh,
What are you talking about?
I was merely out of concern for our. Sorry, I meant no offense.
Rudy, throw it off the ship.
Yeah.
And then, all right, Madeline, start flying around. I love you.
Madeline goes as she's taking off. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Madeline is the teenage daughter you never knew you wanted.
It's not like I like you or anything, dum.
She flies for a few laps around the ship and then takes perch up at the crow's nest. And you can see someone else is like just standing up there, like working on something, tying a knot, and all of a sudden just like as Madeline just sits down.
And now Arthur wants to turn to Rudy and sort of puts his hand firmly on his shoulder and go, look after it if I can't, okay?
I've got it covered. It's 1 peck if she's hungry, 2 pecks if she's in danger.
No, the other way, as I pass the food over. And like the hand that's on his shoulder just got a little bit tighter from getting that wrong.
Arthur, the spell only lasts an hour. You'll be fine. I won't have to do this.
An hour? What?
I'll just reapply it. It's okay when you need it. When you're feeling nauseous, let me know, and it'll be done. Easy.
Did we buy more rations?
I think
Food's covered on the
four
ship.
we
It's
had.
in the price.
You will be fed.
Oh, right, yeah.
You will be fed on the ship.
Alright, Arthur's sort of going to go to the back of the line to get on the ship, though. He's going to be the last one to get on.
Rudy didn't take the food. You won't need to.
You're not gonna eat?
No. Like, Arthur, you won't need. I won't need to. It's okay.
Well, it is more if Arthur's spewing all over the side and cannot literally get up to feed his bird.
Okay, all right. Like, I know where your bag is. You don't need to give me the food.
Yeah, as you all get on the ship, you start getting settled. There is someone walks over to you, and Arthur, you would recognize. This is Benny. You talked to yesterday, and Benny walks up to you all and says, "Hello, I'm Benjamin. You can call me Benny, and I'm the quartermaster of the ship right here. If there's anything you need, come talk to me. You'll be fine. Got it all figured out. Some people to take note of. We got pointing, and you can see standing up talking to the captain. You're on like a lowered platform, and there are stairs that lead at the front of the ship. There's one section that goes up, and at the back of the ship as well. So you're at, like, the center of the ship is a lot lower down. And there's also, you can see, there's several doors on both ends, as well as, well, you can see what looks to be a trap door in the middle of the deck. And he says, that over there, pointing towards the person talking to the captain, you can see this really slender, feminine figure. Her skin is like a blue, like almost sky blue. And her...
God damn it.
Or shut up.
Lower that eyebrow, young man.
Looking closely, you can't see, like, in the fading sunlight, it looks like her hair almost. It looks from a distance like braids, like all of her hair is braided, but it's like shining, reflecting light. And those of you with higher passive perception, which I believe to be Nana and Arthur,
Yes.
you would realize that it is in fact not at all hair. On her head is instead what looks to be very fine, very thin chain links.
Oh.
That is not what I expected, but that is badass. All right.
Yeah, and she's starting, and as she's gesturing, you see similar chains that are like dangling around her wrists, but they're not like around the wrist. It's more like they're coming out of the wrist.
Ooh.
And the quartermaster says, "That's Alana. She's a great one. Don't be afraid to go talk. She's wonderful. I know the looks are a bit intimidating, but you know what they say about the tieflings. They bark more than they bite."
A tiefling.
And here we go. Coming from the front of the ship, coming from the front of the ship, walking up, looking around for a bit, and then going like very much, walking over and grabbing a barrel that was like right outside the door. You see this like really like bodybuilder type person who's just wearing like this really stained, gross, like beige singlet and thick pants, and got an apron on. And the quartermaster says, "That's Hawken, a cook." And he wonderful person. Again, everyone, just assume that everyone's wonderful. This ship, this crew, amazing. You're gonna love it here. Well, you met the captain. You also see up there, currently at the helm, we've got Sarah, a navigator, and you see this person, very androgynous looking, standing at the helm, currently like checking stuff, doing like the testes and just feeling like everything's fine. This person has got like a very light green hue to their skin, and their hair just looks like a huge wad of cotton.
Wow.
Ooh.
I love that.
Really, a really varied ship. Love it.
Very
Like
cool.
Yeah, and
So, am I right to assume that Hawkins is like, because he couldn't find a barrel right in front of him, he's like a
Harkin.
himbo? Harkins. Harkins. Thank you. Is he just like? We're gonna have like a battle of the himbos here, with Denny and Harkins.
Are they like oil up and
And
have
look,
a
if
flex
there's-
off? Is that...
If there's anything you need, just ask, and I'm sure everyone will accommodate. Now, if you follow me, we're gonna go head down, and I'll show you where you can set up. Okay?
Yeah, lead on.
And you're led towards the back of the ship through a door. Lena's like following along, very quiet from like at the back of the crew. And there's a moment where Benny goes like, "Leaving the ice, eh? You sure? I don't know. It's pretty warm further up." And Lena just going like, yeah, okay. Like, and you head down the stairs, and you get to an area that looks like almost like a landing of sorts. There's a little bit of a desk. It's got maps strewn all about it, and then it like turning around. There's another stair that leads down, and you come to what looks to be a very open-looking space. At the very end, you've got more doors leading into what looks like cabins, but currently you've got this open space. And Benny says, "Well, the crew sleeps out here." And you see these hammocks that have been like tied up towards poles currently, as well as any cargo we got. And you could, well, the room's at the end. Just grab one, you'll be good.
Thank you.
I think we got there's bunks. You got 4 people per room, and I believe looks towards Lena. One of the 2 in the back should suffice for you, probably. No, get you all sorted. We'll be leaving soon. I suppose you'll feel it, if anything else. Yes. First on the left, we got an extra bucket in there.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Well, I guess I know where I'm bunking then.
How many...
Goose gives them both like a reassuring pat on the back, just like, good luck.
Then anything else? We're
Oh, I'm not going to need it.
Well, what
think
you're
we're
dealing with,
leaving in-
yes.
in an hour or 2.
Cool.
You
All
had a
right.
good one.
Very good.
And he just
Thank you
turns
for your
around
help.
and heads back up.
Arthur's first thing is gonna unpack straight up to the top. He's gonna go sit on the side, get some fresh air.
Goose will probably start getting set up in one of the rooms.
Yeah.
Probably the one just like directly over from where Arthur is.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Gerald
Arthur's got
will
bottom
probably Gerald will probably bunk up with Goose. Boost.
Is our Sin and Pesty? Are they in their own room, or are they like?
They seem when Arthur walks in to the first one on the left, Sin and Pesty are in there. as well.
Okay.
And Sin goes like, "Well, it looks like we're in the same room, Arthur." Just kind of like taps towards Sin.
no.
Maybe he'll show you some more magic.
I definitely might show you some more magic.
Oh.
Just,
Here's a magic trick.
just not right this second. Let
Actually,
me just place my
Sin,
gear here.
You know,
and I'm gonna go upstairs.
don't worry, Sin. I've got an amazing piece of magic.
Oh, really?
You are going
What
to.
kind of magic you got?
The magic that is going to make Arthur's world. I'll save it for
Oh.
later. I'll save it. It's a surprise. It's a surprise.
Well, they don't call you magic hands for nothing.
They do not.
Yeah, the only
Alright.
spell Arthur is currently planning on casting is Prismatic Yawn.
But when Arthur as well leaves to go up, Sin and Pesty tags along. Sin this time walking on her own, and
Yay.
she's whispering. She tells you, Arthur, one in the crew said we had to stay on deck until we're on open ocean. There's apparently they're gonna show us something.
Oh, that's really cool. Look, maybe we should tell the rest because they might not come up.
Okay.
How about you run off and tell
She
them?
knocks on the door. I assume the rest of you then ends up bunking with Goose.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah,
4
is Lena
people
in
per
that
room.
room as well? I think. Is that
No, Lena got their own room.
Giant
Oh,
room.
okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah, then in that case, I'm with Goose and Gerald. I'm with my boys.
Yeah.
And I guess
That's it.
Rudy, there's room either in Arthur's room or the other room.
Rudy will be in Arthur's room
Yeah,
purely
he
for
will.
reasons,
Mhm.
Medicinal
Good.
reasons.
medicinal reasons.
But there's a quick knock and the door is still slightly ajar. You're just in the middle of packing. And Sin goes, "We're going up to the deck. The sailor says there's they haven't had passengers in a while. There's apparently something. They're gonna show us something when we're out in the open ocean."
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
You
Well,
think it's
Dennis
magic?
Summons the mushrooms so that he can see too.
Yeah, I love to go
Stop,
up and see.
Show us something. They're not going to throw us overboard, are they? They're not in on this whole
Gerald,
thing, are
they?
they?
Would never. Besides,
How do you
got a
know?
room.
They could all be in on it around here.
Penny said that they're lovely folk. He said every single one of them.
Well, I mean, I'm not staying here by myself, so I'm going to come up with
You get your effects in order, you get sorted, you pick your bunks, and you all gather back on deck, and we're gonna take our second break real quick.
I will take advantage of this one and run off
Yes.
to the lady.
Yes,
As will I.
this is definitely toilet time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, is everyone dipping off? All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Be right back. I
Guys,
saw Poppy in the background. Poppy!
Oh my god, Perpy!
there is a puppy in the background.
All right,
Yes.
I'll be back.
Everyone at home, make sure you have a drink of water, hydrate yourselves, go have a rest in the restroom, stretch your arms and legs and all those good things. We will be back with you in merely a couple of moments.
It's just you.
All right, Orb, you have the floor.
I have the floor. The floor to something I don't know. What's happening, everyone? I hope you're all well. I don't know what to sing to you, but today is the day Arthur Orblet's gonna spew. That's right, Arthur Orblet. Arthur Orblet's gonna spew. Yeah, I know, right? That happened really quick, Gooder. Super duper quick. A lot quicker than I ever thought, Gooder. But how's your house? Didn't take you very long to build it. You're probably better at building houses than I am, though. Like, I could do like foundations and like the main like outside stuff. I can't do roofs for the life of me. I'm just terrible at them.
Alrighty, I am back. Wedestorb, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, buddy.
Excellent. Lazapan asks, how's the vodka going?
The vodka is gone. We're on to beer. It was very, yeah. It was like only like 0.8 of a standard drink. These beers are harder hitting.
Oh yeah. I must admit, those vodka cruisers or whatever they are.
Yeah.
They my mum used to drink those when I was like, I don't know, 16. Yeah, I reckon I was about 16. Now, my family was a little bit more conservative, so I never had the whole stick your finger in dad's beer to get a taste for it while you're young sort of thing.
Oh yeah.
So I think my first actual alcoholic drink was a vodka cruiser.
Oh wow.
So there you go. There's some Aussie Defro lore for you. And I might have been 16 or I reckon about 16. So there you go. I just admitted live that I underage drunk.
Well, I won't tell how young I was for underage drink, but it was sort of like a passage in rite.
It is.
Once you get to like, well, in our family, it was teenagehood.
Yeah,
You know, it was to get the worst tasting beer, which was BB.
Yep.
And you have a shot with your father.
Wow, cool.
So when I was 13 years old, I was super proud about that, and found out really quickly I didn't drink beer for the next 6 years because of that.
Yep. My high school friends, when I turned 18 and we were having a party for my 18th, my first like a bit of liquor from that point was like whiskey. So I went from vodka.
How you doing, by the way, Gouda?
Years of nothing, then whiskey.
Wow.
That is such a strong.
Oh yeah, it's a big change.
I waited till I was 21, like a good person.
Oh, that's
like
because it was 21 over the year.
And you're not Australian, so it's different.
Yeah.
I think every Australian probably tastes alcohol at some point, like in primary school, probably.
Oh, 100%.
Well, that's why, like, I was just explaining to Orb, I didn't. My parents never really cared.
My parents didn't, but my friends' parents did.
Well.
Oh dear.
My dad did the whole thing of like introducing beer to my sister and I very early so that we wouldn't like it.
Same.
So when we were all like, Daddy, what are you drinking? And he's like, oh, you want to give it a go? Like, obviously knew that we would hate it, and we tried it, and we pulled the face like, ew, why would you drink that? Worked on me, not my sister.
But does wine from church count? Gooder's just asking me that. Does wine from church count?
I wouldn't know. I don't know how much you drink, how much wine you have. I don't.
You only take a sip.
The wine from church isn't even good. It shouldn't. We gave some people grape juice in when I used to go, and I used to take that, and grape juice is better. Let's be real.
Grape juice is better.
Lazapan says, "Are Aussies actually Eastern European?" No, because because we're not that classy. Like we don't like. It's not like red wine. It's like hard liquor and beer.
Plus,
I was given VB.
Europeans, and they can handle their alcohol way better than most Australians. I know.
Oh yeah.
Like, not gonna lie, my son the other day, being a cheeky boy, he came and actually took us.
Orb, not on stream.
Alright.
Wait, what?
Not
what?
Yet. Not when they're. Don't talk about underage drinking on stream.
Like,
not like because you're like but you're like admitting like now you're talking about yourself and past tense. That's completely different.
Yeah, that is you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Yeah, all good.
All right, let's get no, you're right.
Also have a pizza.
Ooh, pizza.
And you didn't bring for everyone.
I did. Do you want a slice? Do you want a slice?
I could get some from the other room.
Just grab one.
I got ramen instead.
You know, Roger, you know where I live. You could have ordered a pizza to me. I'm just saying.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, come on.
Well,
he didn't, because
you should have hit up Delia for it.
I will come for your pizza.
sorry, Orb. It's just
No, we're good. Keep going. Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Yeah.
Let's get into D&D. Put
Yeah.
the pizza lid down.
I'm not here to play D&D. Where's my freaking? Alright.
I'm playing
Joke.
P and P.
Pizza and DVD.
Yeah, exactly.
Pizza.
Actually, can we just like on one of the Sundays
Pizza
just
and
fuck around with
dragons.
people and actually just play D&D and be like, psych,
Well,
it's
we've
Monday
talked
night
about it.
instead.
I mean, we've talked about it. To be fair.
That would be great.
We move swiftly on.
What? You don't want to play DVD?
No, I don't.
Aww.
Aw,
Okay.
I'll play DVD
Well,
with you.
thanks.
Time for a completely uneventful ship ride where nothing bad will happen.
Yeah.
nothing bad will happen. I love that
nothing
Gerald.
bad
Gerald,
will
just Gerald is immune to optimism.
That's why when the captain said it's gonna be a perfectly fine trip, Rudy was just like,
We're like, oh no.
"No, it's not.
I don't
No,
think
it's
you
not."
met us. Hello.
Yeah,
We're a problem
But
factory.
as you all get up to deck after about an hour or so, there's a few times where you get like told to move when you're just idling about, looking at the ship. People are like, could you step to the side? They're like running around, getting stuff ready. But they don't seem, no one seems like really, no one's cranky. No one acts like you're a bother. They're like, everyone is very like polite.
Oh, that's nice.
To be fair, we did pay them a lot to do it.
Do we? Yeah, we did.
That
They
might
kinda
have
like
helped.
us.
Might have helped.
That might have helped. Yeah, I bet it did.
But as you're taking off, there's a moment where the captain disappears into what looks to be his own quarters, and then the boat takes off, and you can see the chain devil tiefling takes the helm as the boat starts moving and you're leaving. Starts taking off, slowly turning off out from the ice. And you're just ever so slowly drifts off, and there's almost an hour where you're just watching the sun set, and you got it in the back. You're heading away from the sun, just going, and it's a very calm. The ocean, there are waves, but it's still calming. You feel like there's the sensation. There's a sensation of having been somewhere, and now you know you're on the way home. Like the sensation
Feels good.
that like the talking is done, you're actually on the way.
Hmm.
Feels good.
Doing. Good
But also
And
kind of
after-
sad at the same time.
Yeah. Lena
Yeah, there's
probably
definitely
wouldn't be holding
Lena's
up.
definitely just like looking back,
Mm.
like towards the eyes, and there's a moment Lena might be crying, maybe not. It's hard to tell. And then just
Gives a
stands
little
there.
pat on the back.
Yeah, you get a nod, not any eye contact, just a nod, like acknowledging your presence. And after an hour, 2 hours, it's starting to get dark. The sky has gone from purple to a deep blue, heading towards black, and you can see stars. The clouds have parted, and the waves are crashing into the ship. You're moving forward. The sails are currently not yet been hoisted. They're still tied up. You're just cruising through right now, just like getting away from the Icelands. Lanterns are beginning to be lit. You can see the quartermaster Benny's walking around with a lighting rod, and it's just like lighting lanterns all over the ship. And suddenly there's a moment where one starts to whistle.
Oh.
One person in the crew starts whistling. And as he does, the captain slams open the door to his quarters, standing in the doorway, just grinning wildly. And as he takes his first step, the crew starts stomping and clapping, and no one is allowed to judge me for what's about to happen.
This is a musical number, and I'm here for it.
Yes.
as they start chanting, they start going. From the sky, but fast at sea, fell from grace our captain, he on the ship for the mast, where he wills, when discussed, one day sure he leave. But for now at helm he stand, guiding squall with playful hand, on the ship, standing firm, where he will, currents turn, our captain he stands grand. He sails the vessel, rides the tide, bracing life we row, he guides on the ship, rest assured, we'll make time, haste to shore, cross the blue we stride. While you listen to us sing, my eye says that turn of wind on the ship. Hoist the sail, turn the helm, and see we hail our Captain Fevinus Karin. And as you hear this, the sails drop instantly. They all drop, and the boat lurches forward. The captain grabs his hat, and the boat just takes off. That's the fastest it's ever been on.
It's like,
It's just like almost from nowhere. You all feel like being on a bus, and it suddenly starts. It's just like everyone is just rocketed forward as the boat just starts moving. It just starts going.
That's awesome.
Yes.
That was
Arthur has bolted straight to the side.
that was
It's going incredibly fast. What little you can see, those of you can see in darkness, the water is just rushing by, and it's just
That's
like
so cool.
the wind is incredibly powerful. It's like almost you're having a hard time keeping your eyes open.
Okay.
That was amazing singing.
That was awesome. No,
Yeah.
that was fantastic.
10 out of 10 sea shanty.
Hell yeah.
Although I have to know, how many times did you practice?
A bunch.
Yep, no, it showed. It
Yeah.
showed. It was
Yeah,
perfect.
I did.
After game questions.
Yeah. But no, and I will say, Arthur, even though you're being sick currently, and I would say Nana as well would know this, that that wind came out of freaking nowhere. That was like not even the right direction. It was just like
Not even the right.
yeah, because it was like because you were currently headed eastward, and the wind was south. And then all of a sudden, there's just this amazing gust that just pushed into yourself, propelling you forward.
Alright, okay.
Awesome.
Rudy!
Oh, yes. Well, Arthur, I've been thinking, right? And I think this spell that I've got might be best when you're settling in and wanting to go to sleep.
Okay, well, Rudy,
So,
just about the boat, the
Yeah.
wind.
I-
Wrong way.
Yeah, it was a spell. No shit, Arthur. Look, have you seen the speed that we're going? Of course it was a fucking spell.
Well, I couldn't. And he looks at Rudy and goes, I couldn't. And
I honestly just can't wait to be done with this.
At this speed, which way does the vomit go, though? Is it just like finally misted into everyone, like down?
We won't go into the physics of vomit. But as this is happening, you see the cook Harkin walks around and says, "No dinner for that one, I assume," and just keeps going.
Fantastic.
Is there anything particular you want to do? It's getting dark. The only light sources you have are the ones on the ship itself. And the ship is moving fast.
The
Yeah, no.
mushroom is hanging its little hands off the side going and I assume that the little twig blight is doing a similar motion because this mushroom is kind of its nanny, so
Yeah, it's doing.
Be
And
careful
the
it
twig
doesn't
light.
fall off.
Yeah, no, the twig light stepped out of its pot, and it's got like its roots around the railing, and it's just like.
and then it's like, oh, okay, be careful now, no, don't let go.
Just a quick question: was Madeline in her cage when we took off?
No, she was on the top.
Oh. Is Madeline still around?
Looking, Arthur, if you're looking up, she is currently, because the wind is pushing you forward. It's like pushing the boat. She's flying next to the sails, almost like enjoying the ride, because she's
That's right,
cruising on the wind.
I forgot it was the wind and not just the boat gutting forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no.
Yeah, just getting a free ride.
Yeah,
love
pretty
that.
much.
Ready? I think I'm ready for bed.
I mean, are you sure?
Arthur's sort of gonna try and start crawling down to where he goes to sleep.
All right.
Oh.
Nana
Okay.
will
As you're
help him
leaving-
down.
As you all pass by a Pesty and Sin on the other end of the ship, you can hear like they're both like humming the little tune.
Where is Lena? What is Lena doing? Just looking?
Still pretty much just standing on deck, looking in the direction of where the ice was.
Mm. Yeah. All right. Well.
Yeah.
Well,
There's a moment like a little while later. There's a moment when the boat starts turning, heading like northward. But the wind seems to follow the direction of the boat.
After a little bit of being on deck, Joe's going to be like, "Well, glad to be done with that awful place. I'm going to go downstairs." Just goes down to.
Would you
the
do
room.
so deliberately out of earshot of Lena?
He just like not even thinking about that.
Yeah.
Goose is just like, I'm sure he's talking about something else. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
It's fine. It's you know, I've never seen leaves.
That's very interesting. Seeing, we'll have to show you when we get there. Just full forest is covered in all kinds of leaves. It's beautiful as the seasons change and the colors of the leaves change as well. It's quite beautiful, quite a sight to behold.
Yeah, you know, I've read in books, but never really seen anything from the north of the land. I've always been on the ice. It's just, sure, we've got soil, but it's always frozen. Nothing really grows except the big pines.
Let me assure you, the soils out in my homeland, you might find it weird at first, I'll be honest with you. It's quite soft, and especially during the spring when the soil becomes very moist, to not have a better word for it. But the feeling of your toes in the mud, bursting in the summer when you run out and you tend to all the animals, it's nothing quite like it. The smell of the fresh flowers and the breeze from the trees is, honestly, the words just have nothing for it unless experiencing it for yourself.
Well, you'll have to show me.
Definitely.
I have no idea where to go once we get off.
Oh, stick with us. I'll show you. The goose will show you the vast countrysides, the vast greenery, the rolling mountains, the glorious forests. You'll be. It'll be wonderful. I assure you.
Why is Das Goose so smooth, though?
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
just use is like unintentionally.
The rolling fields? When did you become a poet? What?
But when it comes to talking about his homeland, he could just go on and on about it.
Also, if I recall, Goose has pretty decent charisma, doesn't he?
Yeah, Goose has actually got shockingly good
He's got
charisma.
good charisma. What is it at? It is a +2 on charisma.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that's solid.
dang.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Persuasion, performance, +2.
Yeah.
Well, the rest of you get back down, and is there anything special you would do? You would see there's a few of these hammocks have been like fastened out, and there's like 2 or 3 people currently sleeping.
Oh, probably tiptoe around them then.
I'm just
down here, even though you can feel the boat moving without the pressure of the wind, it's kind of nice.
Yeah, I think Gerald is just going to climb into his bed and pull out his book and very tentatively have a look at the front page.
690 days and like 5 hours.
Nice.
Gerald's mostly concerned, except there's a little like. Nice.
Oh God!
It's the hat. The hat goes nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice.
Get out.
God damn it. So 690-ish days. All right.
Yeah, you're reaching the end. Like by midnight today, it will flip over to 6:59.
Right.
No, 6:89. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is how numbers work. Yep.
That's how math. I know math.
That is how math.
Yeah, totally.
That's how about.
Yeah.
689. I say, I can't remember if I asked the hat already about this, but I'm just going to whisper in Abyssal. Wait, was it Abyssal or Infernal? It was Abyssal for the hat, wasn't it?
Abyssal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just going to whisper in Abyssal to that. Xaba, do you know about this countdown? Do you know what this is for?
I'm not sure.
Do
I
you
mean,
Do you have any idea what is going to happen
it
at 0?
marks- I have no idea. I assume it's connected to whomever granted you this book.
Yes, that's the problem. I'm pretty sure that I'm supposed to do something before this number hits 0. I have no idea what that thing is.
Have you asked the book?
Ask the book?
I've seen you write in it.
Yeah, but that's just like notes and using it for spells and things. What do you mean?
You would know
ask
the book responds sometimes. Like when you're casting spells using the book as a ritual, like information pops up. The book, like.
I feel like Gerald would
Seems
just
to have a
assume that that's just like a magical property, though. That not that it's actually like communication.
Fair. And Sarkava would say, maybe try.
Nothing else to try, I guess. Gonna flip to one of the later pages in the book.
Yeah.
And the notes section in the instruction guide, you know.
And you would also realize that like there are pages where you know you've written things down that are now blank.
Right.
But it seems to be the book knows what kind of things you write down that you want to keep permanent in it.
Right.
The rest fades away.
Yeah, again, just would assume that it's just a magical thing. It's like,
Yeah, it's just a magical book.
It's a magical book.
Yeah, everyone has magical books, don't they?
Yeah, and talking hats.
It's a wizard. It's a wizard.
Yeah,
Come on.
deal with
He's got
magic
everything.
shit. You got to expect
Broom,
magic shit.
Book,
Yeah,
hat.
yeah.
You
Just-
even got the cloak now.
that's right. Yeah. Magic rod. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm gonna write. Hello, book. ? This is Gerald. I'd really like to know what the deal is with the countdown at the front of you. And he actually writes It's just like complete mind to paper situation. It's very intimidating, and I don't know what to do or what it means or anything even slightly close to that. Thank you? ?
Thank you? ? as you do this, there is a moment where you feel a sharp sting in your thumb that's like holding the book, and there's like you look and there's like a deep paper cut in like your thumb.
Bloody.
And there's this globule of blood on the page just seeps in and disappears.
Oh, that's self-cleaning. That's handy.
And then, as you look down, that's handy. And you look down, and then incredibly fast, as if someone is like writing in super speed, letters start appearing. Minuscule, tiny letters, some bigger, some smaller, some bigger, some smaller, and it just starts listing out. It just starts going like 2 pages, 3 pages. At the end, it says. It just shows up like a dotted line, and your name appears on it.
Oh, okay. I try and have a quick read through of what
it
this is.
It looks to be an incredibly detailed contract.
Oh no!
Uh-huh.
I'll get a good look at what you signed.
I'm just double checking some information myself.
That's a spooky lightning. Dun, dun, dun.
I like how like you've never asked the book like what's going on, and it's like here's your contract, mate. Like
there's a lot of titles being thrown around.
Uh-huh. Is it in common? Is it written in common, or is it written in?
It's written in Abyssal.
Okay.
And as you're reading it, it seems to be like the main points are like that you are given like the signee of said contract goes into a pact with Salishkar of the Bitter Flame, ruler of the 999 demons.
Joe's reading this and starts sweating.
The conqueror of the labyrinth of Shiman Sek. Defeater of the Jiska Imperium. It just goes on and on and on and on and on.
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
These are just like a billion titles for Salishka. Okay.
It just goes on and on and on and on and on. And eventually find a part where it says, the signee of this contract is granted powers by the giver, and then again it's like all the titles. You figure out quickly that like half of this entire contract is just the readouts.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
no.
It states that the signee is given powers, information, knowledge. In return, is given this book. This book, the conduit of Salishkar, of the Bitter Flame,
who henceforth be known as Party One.
In return, the recipient must, within a time span of 5 years, locate the bottle of the bound within the scorching sea under the reflected city.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna write this down. The bottle of the bound in.
Yeah.
In what?
The scorching sea.
The scorching sea. Okay. Yep.
Yeah. In the reflected city.
Of course. Yep.
And free Salishkar and the 999.
Oh, that sounds bad.
Uh-huh.
If this is not done within the time frame given, or if the giver, Salishkar of the Bitter Flame, deems the person striding from the path will have his being and essence torn from the flesh and trapped within the bottle of the bound and become the 1000th demon.
Oh shit!
Well.
Sure.
Wait, why do I hear silent screaming from Gerald's room?
You know, yeah, he's not even aware of it. He's probably just like, just really quietly, just like a, just escaping.
What's the hat saying in response to
Oh, yeah, because the hat can read this because it's an abyssal. So
Yeah.
That is not
he's like, oh shit.
That is like, that's unfortunate.
Oh no. Oh shit.
Anything else, Gerald? I can offer you this. I know of Selishkar,
Oh, you do?
and
That makes
I
one of
will
us.
say- Again, unfortunate. I will say, Selishkar himself
Mm.
works under a powerful patron.
Oh?
Oh no. Oh no.
Selishkar himself is under the rule of Zuriel.
Zurian.
Oh, it was gonna be
It's
powerful.
Szuriel.
Oh, Zuriel. Okay. Wow, that must have been the shadowy thing that didn't unmask itself in my dream. Because they said they
Could
were
be.
something about being a patron of someone who had something to do with me. I didn't really understand it at the time, but I guess it must have been Zuriel I saw.
Very likely. And I will say, just steer clear.
Well, it's a bit hard now,
Fine.
isn't it?
Find a way around this. I don't know. I just.
Hold
have
on.
no
I
idea what to
flick back to the end of this contract. Is my signature there?
Yes.
Shit. Oh no.
There's like a beer stain on the side as well.
There's like a little bit of like I imagine that
There's like as this contract formed, it was almost like the the edges of the paper started getting singed, and there are blood splatters, like old dried blood splatters.
yeah. Oh. Yeah, this is ringing some awful bells, I must say. Okay. Would it be that bad if Selishkar got free?
I have no idea.
Would it be worse than becoming my flesh and essence being
Your
ripped?
essence torn from the flesh.
Yes, into a bottle and becoming a 1000th demon. Because that sounds pretty bad, I'll be honest.
That sounds like still being stuck in the bottle.
Yes. Yes, that sounds... All right, that's pretty awful. Yes, okay.
I don't know.
Probably worse.
My creator would know, but I have no way of contacting him. It will do with some pondering, yes.
I think so. I know we've talked about your master before, but I don't think you mentioned their name. Do you know their name?
Abraxas.
Abraxas. How do you spell that, Hat?
Abraxas.
Ah, thank you.
And it's like the hat seems to say it like with reverence, like Abraxas.
Ah, Abraxas.
The last incantation.
Right. Okay, well, this is terrible, but on the upside, at least we don't have to worry about it for 690 days.
As my master would say, knowledge is the first step to success.
We'll we've got some time to ponder, right? Yes, this will be fine. This will be fine. Sweat, super fine. I'm just gonna close this book now.
Yeah, and you would also realize like you're sweating from nervous, but it also feels like the temperature has gone up in the room.
Oh god. Is it just me? Is it a bit hot in here? I'll take the hat off and fan myself with the hat.
Well, yeah. Are we still with Arthur? I thought we went to bed, but.
Yeah, well, this is happening. I'm assuming this is happening in tandem. Now we're moving over to the rest.
Okay.
Because it's like Goose is staying up talking with Lena.
Yeah, I went
Gerald
straight to bed.
It's like, yeah, Gerald went and started having this conversation, and the rest of you would then be in Arthur's room.
It's true. I helped carry Arthur down. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, because Arthur and Rudy, Sin, and Pesky have one room. So, I'm assuming something happened in the chat. I want to know. You're laughing. Chair with a claw.
Hobbitses. Like, this is why you read the fine print.
Said, this is not a Bilbo Baggins moment.
Yeah,
it's hard. It's hard to read the fine print when you're blackout drunk.
Yeah, knowledge could be the first step to success, or knowledge is the first step to having your essence ripped from your flesh and stuffed into an ornamental bottle. Who knows?
One or the other.
One or the other. Yeah. But
as
the
unless
rest,
you try.
Nana, Rudy, and
no.
Arthur, you're in Arthur's cabin.
Yes.
And what do you want to do? You're helping Arthur to sleep. He said he was done.
Right.
And as you brought Arthur towards the door, Madeline actually like flew down and pretty much perched on Arthur, and is just like sitting on Arthur as you're helping him down.
Like one of those cats where you're like over the toilet and they're just sitting on your shoulders like, yeah, this is nice.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so Arthur, you want to go to sleep, yeah?
I'm done.
You're done. Alrighty. So what I can promise is that you will go to sleep absolutely for an hour.
Okay. Sounds good.
And then hopefully what I'm hoping is that because you're already asleep, you'll just keep sleeping for the whole night. Instead of waking up. Yes? I think this is like, because rather than like, if you feel ill, you have trouble getting to sleep, but once you're asleep, you kind of just, your mind goes away and you just sort of sleep it off, right?
Look, Rudy, I just want sleep.
Okay, alright, I got it. Okay, but Arthur, you need to trust me.
Well, you do heal me, so come on.
You have to be a completely willing participant in what I'm about to do.
Well, if you don't hurry up, I'm going to end up throwing up on you.
Excellent. That's what I needed, because I think this is a little finicky. Oh, shit, hang on.
Like, is this something where you need to set up a safe word or something, or what?
So, no.
Apples.
No safe words needed. This is kind of like a one and done thing. Okay. So, Rudy will activate the power that he has received from the Pallid Princess, and take a nice firm hold on Arthur's shoulder, and he will cast Never Hunger Again.
And Arthur, your eyes go black, and you fall to the ground.
Thanks, not even put me in a bed.
Arthur's body, just out of nowhere, his eyes roll back, and he just falls limp.
Alright, he's good for an hour.
Rudy, we have to get him in the bed. What? You can't just leave him.
Yeah,
I'm still there, by the way.
Yeah, no, it's okay. He literally cannot feel a thing.
Oh, no, he's going to be very sore when he wakes back up.
No, he won't. That's the best thing about this. He literally nothing. It's like he's dead.
How like?
Yeah, how like? But, I am trying to heave him up.
I'd say you would not feel a pulse or a breath.
He's.
You killed me!
Rudy?
No, from Arthur's perspective, you're just having a dreamless sleep.
Yeah.
Rudy, I don't know I'm not.
He's fine. Nana, just all right. I'll help you get into bed. It's okay.
Can I do it? I want to roll a medicine check.
Go for it. Yes.
Here's weekend at
it
Bernie's.
says, I do believe it says in the spell how to detect what's going on.
Doesn't. Well, I mean, I can explain the spell certainly.
Yeah.
but it
Well,
doesn't-
okay. That if it just says, because I think it says like the person seems.
Oh, okay. So Nana, this is like what, regardless of the medicine check, this is okay. So to you, to all outward inspection and to spells used to determine the target status, the target is blinded, incapacitated. Its speed drops to 0. The target has resistance to all damage except psychic damage. And this is where it helps with seasickness. If the target is diseased or poisoned when you cast the spell, or becomes diseased or poisoned while under the spell's effect, the disease and poison will have no effect. So it is effectively cure the seasickness. However, Arthur is literally indistinguishable from death. So as far as you are aware, he is dead.
No, that's what I was concerned about. As she's kind of like shoving the other half of him up on the bed and like rolling him. Rudy, how do we know that he's not really dead?
Because it's just the spell.
What
Do you really think I have it in me to literally touch someone and kill them?
What is Madeline doing right now?
She's like just staring, like just like looking around, sitting on like perched up on the top bunk, like what the hell's going on?
Okay, no, but I'll leave you with this. You know that if you happen to kill him within this hour and we don't know, we can't help him, this owl is yours.
I mean, I can cast the spell again.
Rudy!
Tomorrow, it's once per day.
Is it?
Once per day. Yeah.
You still got the spoon smack. It's too late. That's as many times per
might
day
be-
as I
it
need.
might not say in the
It doesn't
description,
say
but it's
it.
a once per day.
It is a once per day, okay. But yeah, Arthur, you're dead for an hour.
Jesus Christ. Actually
And
dead?
for anyone,
No, it's not
wondering-
actually
okay.
dead, but it's...
there's a spell called Feign Death.
Oh, I have
That
that
is-
spell.
Lol.
No, but...
And then it's like, how could you? What are you doing? How could you? Rudy, no! And then she's like, in the back of her mind, like, I know what you did.
Well, no, hang on, no, it's not, wait, yeah, oh, sorry, no, it is, yeah, my bad, no, it is, yeah, that's right. Yeah, hang on.
Do I actually?
Do you actually have this?
Amazing.
So Nana was just, let's retcon this. Nana was getting all up in arms. And secretly, she knew what the fuck you did the whole time. I guess.
Belgian's just like, Jesus Christ, what is this campaign?
Nana is literally, like, not even as a joke now, Nana is literally the grandma who knows fucking everything. Legit.
She knows
Yeah.
everything.
But it's just too senile to remember half of it.
No, she doesn't enjoy screwing with people.
That's like the
Best
best
campaign
grandmother
ever.
trait.
That's right, good attorney. The best campaign
It
ever.
is.
And she just gives him a little pat on the head and goes, sleep well. Oh,
A
no.
pinch of graveyard dirt. Aha!
Fantastic.
Oh my god.
It's something really.
I love it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it absolutely is.
Also, if you can
It's
only do
hard.
it once a day, then does that mean that Nana's got the next shot?
I don't have any graveyard dirt, sadly.
Yeah, Rudy doesn't need the graveyard dirt per se, since his is granted to him by his feet, essentially.
Fucking forgot about
But
that.
I bet Rudy has graveyard dirt somewhere in his pockets.
Oh yeah.
Probably.
There's probably even some graveyard dirt like embedded in his glove as well with those bones
And his
whatnot,
shoes.
Like, his shoes.
Yeah.
Fingernails. Yeah, that's very careful.
every day after
Excuse
work,
me, his
Rudy,
fingernails are immaculate. Thank you very much.
every day after work in Bora, you would just like take a mason jar, take off your shoes, and start like picking dirt from it inside the bottom. Like,
He just like
With
puts a
that
bowl
spot.
in front of him, just grabs his hand, just like.
Oh yeah, good
No,
attorney just says pinch it off the severed head. Yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Well, it was never buried.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, it's
It's
I'm
but
dead.
yeah, Arthur, you have dreamless sleep.
Yep, okay.
Like literally dead for an
Yeah.
hour.
Sleeping the
I
sleep
like
of
that
the
the
dead.
music stops just as you said that.
Technically,
Dead.
Rudy has done exactly what he promised, which was
He
give
did.
you sleep and a cure the seasickness.
Hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, no.
Arthur's probably going to be like, what the heck?
It's probably
Okay,
the
that was good.
deepest sleep you've ever had.
Yeah.
Well, being an
You-
elf,
you come-
yeah.
Yeah, in
It's
fact,
like a
oh yeah,
temporary-
you've never been to sleep.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Oh shit.
And
What
you're
have I
like, this
done?
sucks.
It's going to be like a drug now. Oh, Rudy, I need some of that more good sleep.
Rest.
Want me to sleep
What?
again, Rudy?
Is
I
this
need
what
more
you all
sleep.
have?
Rest.
You do this every night?
This is amazing.
I'm pretty sure this is not what bloody the Pale and Princess wanted me to do with this ability.
Absolutely, it is.
Well, I mean, she does want people to live in excess, and you're having an excessive amount of fun.
I am having so much fun.
True.
Ecstatic. But the willingness is key here. It has to be a willing target. That's the problem. That's
That's
why
true,
Rudy had
yeah.
to be so careful.
Right.
I mean, he might have a willing target very soon.
Yeah.
If he gets hooked to this or not.
Yeah, it's true.
Every day is like,
Nana goes
hey
back
Rudy,
into...
give me some of that sweet stuff.
Yeah, if Nana, knowing in the back of your mind, or like figuring out a bit later, like, oh shit, that's what Rudy did.
Yeah.
Like if you return after an hour, color has returned to Arthur's face. He's breathing. He's got a pulse, and he seems to have like, he doesn't seem as like lame.
Yeah.
It's like he's turned around and is now like just in his basically it's like elves going to REM sleep without falling asleep. So he could technically like still hear you, but he's got like the whole REM thing going with his eyes.
Yeah.
The whole idea was to get him into a sleepy state. That was the
Yeah,
idea.
definitely.
Yeah, and I'd say if would Arthur wake up in between?
He would probably wake up more in the morning when he normally wakes up before everyone else. I think it would be his
So you just
normal.
seamlessly transfer in from the feigned death into your meditative state.
I'm gonna say yes.
And Nana would return to her room and be like, whoa, it's like a soda in here.
Yeah, it's incredibly hot in
Oh.
the room.
One last thing. When Pesty and Sin come into the room and see Arthur in this like death state, can like Rudy like hey Sin, take a look at this. You can literally hit Arthur as hard as you can. Will not wake up.
And Sin looks at you like for a moment, like, what? And
I
look like excited, and then looks towards Pesty, who's like,
no, look, and like Rudy's like literally like got Arthur's cheeks and like cannot wake up.
just. And there's like Sin doesn't really do much. There's like one point where she just takes like Arthur's arm and just like tosses it around like
I do have a question about this spell.
Yes.
So
Yes.
you said it's like someone is actually dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much does that affect
Even through
their
magic
bowel system?
No, because they have actual like they're incapacitated. They're like they're they're not actually dead. It's just
Yeah.
more like for physical and magical means. If like even through if Gerald would use the identify spell on Arthur, it wouldn't necessarily tell what was going on because he's still dead.
Okay.
Like if like a doctor took a look, dead. If someone tried scrying on Arthur, wouldn't work. He's considered dead.
Okay. Because I was just worried because I remembered like the whole thing about like when someone dies, the first thing that happens is like their bowels just kind of let loose.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, well,
So I was like, oh god,
it's not first. I believe like if we're going to semantic, it's like after rigor mortis or something.
Okay.
Look, Arthur's not gonna shit his
Okay,
pants.
we're not.
I know that.
We're dropping.
yeah, let's go first, yeah.
Okay.
Or can give us a lecture in cadavers later. But yeah, he's not actually dead. He's just like for all intents and purposes dead.
Death-like.
In Rudy's mind, he killed Arthur for an hour.
And you're wallowing in that sensation.
Oh, it feels so good. Because he knows it's gonna come. He knows it's gonna be okay in an hour, so he's just like,
An
He's
hour-
so happy he's got to
just
it's
like
so
a-
cathartic.
an hour of absolute peace.
Oh my god.
You all eventually.
You think
go
so
to
highly
sleep.
of Arthur?
I assume Goose, after some more conversation with Lena, also find your way down. The room
Head
is
off to bed.
the room is pretty hot, and with all the wood and like being at sea, it's very humid, and feels almost like home, like this very like humid and warm, like growing up in like the fields near like the lakes, the ponds, the swamps. It's like just missing the buzz of insects, and you'll be home.
I imagine like the smell of like the warming wood just the aroma that it's given off is like really reminding him of back at home and
Probably. And
yeah.
after a while, the temperature starts settling again. Like after a few hours.
I imagine Goose will have a good night's sleep tonight.
Morning comes too the next day. Anyone who wants to fiddle with spells can do so. We have a few more minutes.
Maybe I want
And
to feign death.
it's morning, and
Take another thing away from Rudy.
Arthur, you wake up first because you'd wake up about 3 hours before everyone else. It's dawn, like the very, very start of dawn.
All right. Arthur sort of wants to get out of bed, and he's gonna feel like the best he's ever felt like on a boat. So he's gonna go up to the fresh air, and sort of on the way up, he wants to stop by and grab some fruit to try and, put something back in his stomach.
Especially some stone fruit. I heard peaches are really good.
Peaches are great. Peaches are arguably the
Well,
best.
as you're coming up, there's like you walk by because it's early in the morning. There's like a handful, 5 or 6 of the crew asleep, like rocking in the hammocks, and you walk up. There's like a few people around looking out. You can see the captain isn't really seen anywhere. You can see the first mate at like the helm. And as you see, like, coming up yawning from the area, the opposite area, the front of the ship, you see the quartermaster Benny, just like yawning, stretching, coming up. Morning. How can I help you?
Morning. Look, would you know? Like, I'm not much of a sailor, but how's the weather gonna be like today? Do you believe?
And just a bit of a smile. There's like, honestly, mate, it's up to the captain.
Nice.
Okay. Could you explain that further? I am assuming he.
Look, I'd love to, but it's up to the captain. You ask him. If he tells you why, you'll find out why.
Oh my god.
And he just looks like he's trying to hold like a poker face.
Okay. Arthur looks around. What is the weather currently doing?
Currently, there's like a few clouds. The sun is breaking through every now and then. Doesn't look like it might rain, but it's definitely gonna be like with the wind going and the sun being blocked by the clouds, it's gonna be cold.
Okay. The seas are calm.
Well, you're fairly. The boat is currently, it's still moving pretty fast, but not as fast as the night before.
All right. Okay, so he's gonna eat his stone fruit up on deck, but he still
Yeah, and
feels.
asking around, there's definitely fruit. They seem to have like a fairly good selection of food available.
Sweet. So he's going to pretty much stay up there until about an hour before everyone else wakes up, just in case the captain does wake up before all the rest of the group. But an hour before, he's going to get back down to sort of Rudy and sort of start Rudy,
Oh, Arthur, what?
Rudy.
What, Arthur? Don't make me kill you again. Oh, what? No, sorry.
What
Oh,
did you
Arthur.
just say?
I don't know. I was asleep. What's up?
Look, mate, I'm feeling pretty good right now. Like, what did you do last night?
It's an interesting question. Well, I did exactly what I said I was going to do. I let you sleep, I cured the seasickness, and you're good now. So, what more is there to ask, you know? I'm hungry. What, are you hungry? We should go wake up Goose and go find some breakfast, yeah?
Oh, look, it's still like an hour before everyone else generally wakes up. I just wanted to
Why
tell
are you
you
waking me up? What the...
because
Arthur,
I was
I
excited.
need to sleep.
I was excited. You make me feel better.
Well, that's generally what I do. I make everybody feel better. That's what I'm here to do.
I'm trying to say thank you to you, and you're throwing it back in my face. And Arthur storms out.
Time, come back and... Oh, wait. Rudy goes to yell, then realizes, like, Pesty and Sin are in the room. He's like...
Yeah, and there's like definitely like some toss and turn, like what's going on, what's happening.
Oh,
And are you heading back up on deck?
Yes, he's gonna go look for the captain.
Yeah, as you head back up, you do now see the captain has stepped up on to the helm and is currently just like
Okay.
steering the ship. And you see first mate Alana as well as up there. They're like just looking around, having a chit chat.
Arthur.
Oh no.
no!
Arthur's gonna sort of step up, pull
No.
sort of chest out, and go, "Ahoy!"
Oh my god.
And look, as you do, like, are you walking up? Because there's like a set of stairs up towards them.
Yeah. But he's
If-
like
if you
firmly
walk up-
gripping onto the thing to make sure he doesn't.
Yeah. The captain turns to you, still wearing like this overly large tricorn hat, and says, "Ahoy! Good morning. Was the sleep to your satisfaction?"
Look.
And you see, yeah, for the first mate as well, like give you a nod, and like all the chains just like jingle.
Love that. Giggling. That's what's going. So Arthur sort of, when it goes up the stairs, it kind of like it goes up to the wheel, right? So Arthur's still very much holding on to that the whole way around, keeping himself steady. Captain, remember me from the other night?
I do, yes.
I seem to have bested
Not
you.
not much for sea legs on you.
Oh, good. Is it obvious?
The look up and down.
Very.
Well, look, I'm actually more interested on how the boat's currently going right now. I was talking to one of your crewmen, and I asked them, well, what sort of the weather's gonna be like, and how's today's travel gone? And they told me to come talk to you. And I'm kind of curious.
There's a moment that the captain sort of like cocks an eyebrow, looks over the ship, like sort of like looking around, looks towards the first mate, who just shrugs, and there's like a little clink of like chainmail noises. It's like these tiny pieces of metal, just like, eh. And the captain says, "Very well, Arthur. Can you keep a secret?"
Arthur sort of leans in, like safety guns from hand to arm on. Leans in and goes, "Of course."
Then you see, looks around again, and Lena's still like at the front of the ship now, like it's like standing just watching the front. Very well, but tell no one. And he takes his hat off, starts like lifting the hat up. It is big, and he lifts it up, and you can see his hair. So now, like once he takes the hat off, it just like starts going all over the place, and you can see in the hair 2 teal-colored, branched-like horns that stand backwards.
Ooh.
And he puts the hat back down. Let's just say, my mother had a way with the clouds.
Oh.
Ooh.
And Arthur.
And
Arthur
that's where we're
sort
gonna end for today.
Oh.
No!
Jesus.
Josie,
I
no!
have a
Can I just
conspiracy
have
theory.
I have a small request.
Yes.
Yes?
Could you repeat the thing that made everyone go, ooh, I had a distraction?
Wow.
Oh yeah, the very big distraction from Dutch.
Oh. Well, as only Arthur knows this, but the captain lifted his hat up, and his hair started billowing all over the place. And
I
in
heard
the
that,
middle of
yep.
the hair, in the middle of the hair were 2 teal-colored, branch-like horns.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Sorry, I just.
And he said, "My mother had a way with clouds."
Oh.
I love it.
Oh.
I love it.
That's pretty good.
I have a conspiracy
that would be
theory.
it.
I
Oh,
think
what's
he's
the
gonna make
conspiracy
it.
theory?
I think he's gonna make it really rocky because Arthur was cocky enough to challenge him to a.
No, honestly though, like the captain actually lost. I just played it off as him trying to keep the hat on, considering.
Oh.
Oh.
He did win.
He did win. What?
This.
No.
We'll never know that.
I will never know that. We'll
We'll
never.
never know.
We will always think he threw
Well,
it.
we know, but the characters don't know.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
And,
He's
and
too
totally out of game. Arthur on land would totally hit on everyone on that boat. Currently on land,
Yeah.
on the boat,
Yeah.
that's the last thing
Yeah.
Arthur's sort of thinking about. Arthur
Yeah.
sort of wants to think about it, but he can't think about it.
Thank goodness.
And-
I mean, what?
If we have a few minutes in people in chats, if you got questions, shoot.
Yes. Any questions for the party about the campaign, about the characters?
I have a
About the
question
story.
for Orb.
Yes.
How did it feel to know that Rudy can kill you with an instant touch?
Oh, look, when you were very vaguely talking about what you've just done, I really did think that's it.
It's just done.
Time
New
to-
character time.
Well, I've already got a backup character waiting.
I do too, to be honest.
It's like sealed in a file that's labeled "in case of Rudy."
Well, it is now.
I've been trying to figure out a way to use that spell in any situation at all, and you know what? I just thought, fuck it, let's just have some fun with it.
Yeah.
I thought we could use it.
It went
was
really
good.
well. But yeah, I was actually kind of terrified.
I was a lot
I
more
am
terrified.
getting-
Yeah.
I am getting the question from Gouda, what are the characters' birthdays? And I will say,
Oh.
I know what the calendar looks like in Dramonia, but we could definitely like have a chat out of game
Yeah.
to establish like a proper timeline of year and dates.
Yeah, we could.
It's-
Yeah, that's
and
not
stuff
something
like
I've thought
that.
of because you
Yeah,
generally
never
just
even
pick
thought
a
of
age
birthday.
when you're making characters. Yeah,
Mm.
birthdays are not
Yeah,
something
so-
that ever really comes up.
How old did I make Goose?
I don't know. I for some reason, besides Nana, I think age from eldest goes Nana, Arthur, Gerald, Rudy, Goose. If I
Oh yeah, I got Goose at 30.
Then you might be older than Rudy. How old is Rudy?
not 30. He'd be young.
And how old is Gerald?
36.
He'd be young.
Yeah.
Rudy's
Because
pretty
Nana's like 400 or something.
Yes.
Mm.
But she doesn't look
And I
a day
believe-
over 50.
How old is our Arthur?
Arthur
Year
would
century, I
be,
think.
yeah, a century. Yeah, I think
100
that's what
and something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what I've read, that's like mid 30s to 40s in human years. I've been told or read. If
Yeah,
you try to calculate
in
it
this
back.
world,
Yeah.
in this world, at least elf like lifespan is 600-ish. So you're like
Mm.
fairly young, still considered. Good is also asking the character's favorite colors.
Ooh.
Oh.
And if Cuddly, if you say I quite like green, I'm gonna throw a hissy fit and turn this stream around.
I was very tempted because that is my favorite color as well. But I
Okay,
think
but she
for-
likes mossy green though.
It's just a quote. It's just a
I
quote.
know, I
that
know.
would get to me.
Goose's
I mean-
favorite color would be yellow, definitely. Like yellow, the first dandelions, and the first of spring, and the sunshine, and all that. Definitely yellow boy.
Yes.
Hmm. I think
What about the rest?
Gerald's a blue guy.
He's definitely blue.
Yeah.
Rudy's is like
That
edgy and black or something. Like I don't know.
Rudy's.
What is Rudy's?
Rudy's favorite color is the pale gray of dead skin.
That's... Wow.
To be fair though,
Oh,
to
that's
be
much
fair
worse.
though, Rudy. I mean,
My
growing up
favorite
with-
color.
The thing is, right? The thing is, like, you can't. It's not like that because, like, it's not like that. It's just a genuine fascination. Not even fascination. It's just his life was death.
That's real deep.
We'll get there one day.
We'll get there one day.
To Rudy's backstory, because we're starting to tiptoe into the backstories of Arthur, Goose, and Gerald.
I'm very excited for what's coming up for Goose.
Yeah, me too.
What is
Ar-
Arthur's favorite color?
Arthur's favorite color is red roses. Well, red for red roses and white for white lilies because that was his wedding flowers.
Oh, that's lovely. I've checked
I
this
have a
information in the other section of Goose's description profile page as well.
Yeah, and
Nice.
we also got a question from Gouda again, asking about zodiac signs, and like in world there aren't really zodiacs in that way, but if people want to apply like our world's zodiac signs,
I have
I
to
suppose
look
that's-
it up. I think.
Arthur's totally Virgo.
Hobbits is saying you won't want to be caught dead wearing any other color than this season's hottest color, corpse gray.
Corpse gray.
Yeah.
Sorry, I should have said that with a little bit more enthusiasm.
It's
You
the
wouldn't want to be
balance
caught
color.
dead wearing anything other than this season's hottest color, corpse gray.
Oh, you sold it to me, Denny.
There we go.
Damn.
Excellent.
Get me in that gray.
No, like the
And if-
perfect pearlescent grey of a well-prepared body. That's I don't know.
It's not making it better.
You're not making it better.
And that'd be
If
interesting, though,
there-
actually, if... Oh, sorry?
Go ahead. Go
Oh,
ahead.
like, maybe letting chat kind of think of what they think each of our personality would what their zodiac signs would be from personality that's come out during the campaign.
Oh yeah.
What does everyone think that their zodiac sign would be?
Yeah.
And that can also
that'd be
help us to
interesting.
kind of decide on birthdays as well after that.
Oh yeah. Could be.
Well, the zodiacs you would apply wouldn't apply necessarily to the calendar.
That's true. Yeah.
Sure. But just for funsies.
Just for funsies. But yeah, we can definitely work out like actual birth dates.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I was
Depending on
having,
how the
I
calendar
was
system
thinking,
works.
like, just because this is a question I have like just for like similar questions that Good is saying, and for like my own and chat and everyone's, like, if I recall from backstories that I've read, I think there are only two of the characters that have their parents still alive. Imagine that.
That's a little sad.
Yeah, a little.
Yeah.
No,
I have
wait,
one. Does
no.
that count?
Why? I don't.
Yeah, I was just about to say there's like 2.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sets of parents.
2.5.
I got my dad's legs over here and my mum's torso over here. And,
Rudy, no!
Is that why you like Corpse
At least
Gray?
that I will redact and say at least that we know of, because if I recall, Arthur doesn't know. Arthur just like doesn't know, and for Gerald, I would want to say that they're gone.
Yeah.
I don't know if we set it in stone.
No, it's unclear.
instructions unclear.
But he doesn't really seem to care.
No.
No, because we're considering where you grew up.
Oh yeah.
The only thing we know
I
is
grew up
Gerald
without
was an orphan.
parents. Yes.
Yes.
I was an orphan for one reason or another, whether they're alive or whether they
Yes.
and the gates just gave me up, or whether they died, and that's where I ended up.
That's what we
Instructions
don't know.
unclear. Signed a giant contract with.
Instructions unclear. Signed infernal contract.
Yeah, Good is asking if anyone has a favorite gemstone for that character.
Oh.
I forget what the. Is there like a list of? I can get back to you with that.
I like.
There's like a whole
Amethyst.
crystal Bible you can have a look
Yeah,
at.
I think Amethyst is sort of after.
I think
Uh,
Gerald was too poor to really deal in any kind of gemstones, but he's quite taken with the pearl from the plane of water that he acquired.
And if you take another peek
I
before
think-
bed after talking with the book, there would definitely been one more hairline crack in the pearl.
Oh, but it's in the rod now. I've stabilized
Yeah,
it in
but
the
it's
rod.
still doing a thing.
No, it was that was part of the plan, was to try and stabilize it, Josie. No,
I had a mermaid.
it's supposed to create balance, not tear us apart.
You were meant to bring balance to the forest.
Yeah.
Exactly where I went with it.
I think considering following along with Goose's love for the color yellow, I think golden sunstone would be the way to go.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Beautiful sunstone, rich orange in color.
Nice.
Yeah, I feel like Nana probably wouldn't appreciate. She would appreciate something unpolished a little bit more than something shiny and touched by man. But I'll have to
Which
think
would
about
also
Maybe
it would
like a
also go back-
geode.
Yeah, because that would also go back to Nana, because Nana is considered, if I recall, we were talking, Nana's like half rock gnome and half like forest gnome.
it. Yeah.
Hmm.
So probably something that you would find like in a mountain. So yeah, maybe like a geode, or I'll have a think about that. But yeah.
Something
like that.
uncut.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at my collection of rocks up on my shelf.
I know.
I want to ask,
geodes up there
what do,
too.
not the characters, what do the players think about the Midwinter Council?
Oh
I'm gonna go kick
shit.
their ass.
Mm.
I'm gonna go kick their ass.
Very
Look, I
interesting.
mean,
yeah.
I don't want to say was thinking it, but like they were very much going, yeah, whatever. Just they were
Well,
very
what
dismissive of us the
yeah.
whole time. So it
Mm.
was kind of like, I don't know.
I didn't really see it as that though. I just sort of saw it as they just got a lot of fish to fry, and we're just another annoyance / problem / more work for them.
Yeah, that's kind of what
Yeah,
I
I
was
thought I
thinking.
felt the same as well. Like it was just we weren't worth their time.
Yeah. Or other
That might have been their initial response until they saw the color.
right. Yeah, I'm super surprised that they put it on Lena though, of all things. Like, because if they were well, no, because like if what was said was true and they were between a rock and a hard place and they had to choose the lesser of two evils, like why do they have to? Why did that necessitate them putting that on on Lena though, right? Like,
Because-
and expelling them from.
There were since like I can say Lena doesn't remember like truly because of the effect of the item,
Yeah.
but it was essentially a way to get rid of the color, Lena, and all of you at the same time.
That's yeah, what I kind of.
Right.
It was basically the point was the other giants knew who Lena was, and they had been told they were taken off guard by the Sahagin, but they were essentially going to like, oh no, the prisoner has escaped. Oh, whatever will
They
happen.
organized the attack as well of Sahagin.
No,
No, the
the
Sahagin
Sahagin
were
were unexpected.
That was an
okay.
opportunity for them.
But they were gonna set Lena on us and then be like, oh no.
And
yeah,
expecting
pretty
Lena
much like
to take
having
us
you
out.
off each other. Like now
I
it's out,
see.
out of our hands.
That's
Right.
very
No, so
sneaky.
you, we like Lena too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gerald
Fuck
kind of
you.
just owned the disarm on the collar.
I'm just like, I know what that is. Pachoo!
Yeah.
And Gouda also says that she would like to give Lena a hug, maybe some ice cream and a blanket.
Yeah. Poor Lena.
Oh.
Yeah, poor thing.
It's like the thing
It's
is
a
like
bitter
I think
pill to
ice cream would
swallow.
be appreciated.
yeah, it's like anything we say. I don't think really could amount to what Lena's feeling.
But also, like, Lena was a midwinter. I'm surprised they didn't like explain it to her, or that she wasn't brought in on the whole
Didn't she
thing.
say she was like
think there
super
was-
young?
I think
Well,
there
that
was
was- they
definitely
was
something
young.
going on with like a power struggle in there. I feel like Lena
Was
was
there?
almost supposed to like rule something, and then the aunt was like, no, and pulled a fucking Shakespearean move on
Maybe.
them, and was
So,
like,
was
you
Lena
power,
a bit
you
of
know.
a bit of an Aragorn situation?
Maybe.
Well, I don't know if you're gonna return. I could tell you what's going on.
I don't know.
I'll
But-
keep it secret just in case we come back.
Safe.
Thank you.
because I still have notes about like the politics in the city, how it works.
Keep it
Like the
secret for
power
now,
structure.
because I don't
Yeah.
want to. We might. You never
Keep
know.
your secrets.
We could pry it from Lena at some point.
I'll never tell.
That's like Arthur being told the captain's secret. You know he's immediately going to come below deck and tell us.
You should see the horns
you
on this
don't
guy.
know that. You don't know that.
I mean, does he want to sleep again tomorrow night? I mean, I just...
But do you even know that I know?
It's alright. Rudy would have no idea.
Yeah.
For anyone curious, like again, I'll tell the players, but the characters don't know. Essentially, the captain is part cloud dragon.
That's
Wow.
A cloud
That's
dragon.
fucking cool.
Wait, the
I
second
thought you were
goose,
saying crowd, not cloud. Oh my god.
second goose
Cloud
flies out.
dragon.
Dragon?
Oh my god. No. Stop this.
Oh, jeez. Wow.
My pattern's gonna get worse, let me tell you.
Part cloud dragon. That's
Yeah,
cool.
the like I think the inspiration is very much like it's partly taken from the captain in Treasure Planet.
Okay.
Ah, nice.
Like the very like haha, I'll joke around with my crew, but I'm still in charge here.
Mhm.
And then also like I tried giving him a German accent. I don't know how I did. I don't speak German. And
Neither do we.
then just like make him tall and like trying to show off that he's just like a
I-
bit more. I don't know if anyone picked up. He also referred to Rudy as human, like human. Like,
Yeah,
deliberate,
I
like-
did.
I didn't
But I
catch
just
that.
thought he was
I didn't pick
addressing
up on
because
that,
the
no.
humans were having trouble with the coin concept and the rest of us were getting it. So I just thought he was spelling it out specifically for the humans. Dude, I've never seen Treasure Planet, but these thigh-high boots are to die for.
You have to watch Treasure
That
Planet.
movie,
It's so
that
good.
movie's look. That movie is pure bipedic.
It is.
Oh, no, not
Okay.
this! Oh no, it's voiced by Emma Thompson! Oh no, I love her!
Totally, the Dutch Dirty Gamers in chat raging at you. Unfollow, unsub, ban. You are dead.
It is. Look, I read the reason the movie isn't as known as it is because it came out the same season as the first Harry Potter movie.
Oof.
Oh, ouch.
I heard there was some in development politics going on as well. in regards to the development of it, like in studio,
so good, though.
like.
Well,
Oh,
I
that's going on.
heard they might make a live action of it.
They should. It's a gem. It's like a hidden gem. It's like it's so good.
It's so good, and the music.
So-
Oh, the
I was honestly like,
Amazing.
with this whole ship thing, I was just like, we've just walked onto the ship from like a ship in Pirates of the Penzance or something. Like they're just gonna break into song at any moment. There's just like overly jovial captain, and it was great.
I
If
love it.
people want, I could put the lyrics in my Discord.
I was just about to ask.
Please
Yes,
do.
yes, absolutely. Put the lyrics in your Discord.
Oh, actually, some clarifications. So, what was the name of the first mate tiefling?
The first mate is Alana Sojour.
Alana, how do you spell her last name?
Sojour.
I'll be honest, Nana's
Lovely.
with first names only.
Yeah.
And
There we go.
she's a chain devil tiefling.
That's so cool.
Ooh.
That's interesting.
Oh,
And Sarah, what was her role?
Sarah is the navigator, and I'd say Gerald, Rudy, and Nana would definitely recognize. No, actually, I think the only one who might not recognize, because Goose, you would have known from like picture books and your mom's stories, heard about these people in the north. And Gerald, you would have like read about it in books in school because it's magic related. Nana from your travels, Rudy from where you grew up, and Sarah, the navigator, is an air ganassi.
Oh, cool.
Ah, yes.
I actually don't know what that is. Full
Nana
stop.
knows, but
It's,
Kelly
it's like
does.
someone who is like an air elemental person.
Yeah.
Right.
Did we do that campaign where I had oh, what was her name? Aloe Brooke. She was a water genasi.
Oh yes.
Mm.
Nice.
I think, and like, besides, they're like most of the people in the crew are humans, though.
Hmm. But those are a couple of very exotic types.
Yeah,
there.
they're quite a bunch.
Yeah.
You'll learn more maybe next week.
Yeah.
But I
Tune
think
in.
We're actually wrapping up now. Yeah, tune in.
Tune in next week.
It's gonna be fantastic. We've got some stuff. I've got some stuff planned out. We're definitely gonna reach land, like solid land,
Woo.
dirt, soil, sand.
Yay! Arthur can't wait.
Of course. Yeah.
Are we going to be doing anything after this, Josie?
I don't think so. I have a lot of stuff to do. Are we finding anyone to raid bomb?
That's what I was thinking.
Raid bomb, raid bomb.
You're my
What
raid bomb.
Let's see.
Oh, there is someone playing Dungeons and Dragons on my Twitch.
Who?
Aussie Dev Pro.
I knew it was coming.
Yep.
You knew it was coming.
Looks like Darcy knew it was coming too.
I do have a Georgie playing some Apex Legends. We got Dark Highness, who's currently in just chatting.
Worth it.
Well, my good friend Kayla is playing some Dead by Daylight.
Ooh.
That's the next best
That makes
thing.
sense. That's it's
Okay.
only
All
one
things
better
considered.
off. It's only one
It
better
is,
off.
and Arthur, you know who she is? It's Lala the Weirdo. One word.
Yes, I know who that is.
Oh, Lala.
Oh. La.
If everyone's okay with sending
There
people
we
over
go.
there,
Yeah, I'm down.
it just feels
Yeah,
like
yeah.
our internal joke just keeps
Ooh,
running.
Yeah.
I am a-okay to do it. A-okay. Can I get that? Oh, thank you, Dutch. Never mind. Alrighty. Well, I'll see you guys over there. Thank you for the fun session.
I'll
And,
see you.
uh,
Thank you all for coming.
Yeah.
Give Kayla lots of love. Thank you all for playing with
Yes.
me. D&D. Woo!
Yay, D&D!
Yeah,
I love this
D&D.
campaign. I hope you all love it at home as well.
Hope you're all having a
and,
great time.
Yes.
Thank you all for coming.
We'll see you next week.
See you next
Bye.
time. Bye.
Let's hit that raid. Do 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 do.
I will say though, mine in my Streamlabs is doing a cray cray.
I just mute myself real quick and we'll do this thing.
Yeah. Here we go.
Alrighty. Cool. Thank you everyone from me. It's been fantastic having you guys hang out with me tonight. Make sure you hang out for the raid, get those channel points, and then you can free to hang out with Lala or head on off to do whatever your day has in store for you. I'm hoping to get some back to Roju streams going this week, energy being good. So fingers crossed, I'll let you guys know if I am going to go live. Otherwise, see you later. Bye. Where's the button? Ah! There it is. I found it.